What are you doing a countdown?
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Which one's my camera? Oh, this one right here, the video camcorder, right? I did that on purpose. All right.
And go.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Bottom of the Bill. We have our boy Alan King on with us today. Alan is the vocalist for pop-punk band The Adversaries, guitarist for hardcore band Southpaw, the head of maintenance and security for 1904 Music Hall and all their subsidiaries. He also owns a printing company with our good friend Chris Richard called Grind Time, where they also have a podcast called Together We Print. And if all of that doesn't make you feel like a lazy piece of shit, then he's also a father. So step your game up. Welcome to the show, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
When I went on your podcast, check it out. You guys, the first thing you asked me was how I managed my time to do all the shit that I'm doing.
Yeah.
How do you manage yours?
Man, it's scheduling though, dude. Like that's how if I don't schedule everything out in advance. Let me go back a little bit. Being with my son, we had, court ordered, like, this is your scheduled time with him, this is your scheduled time, and everything that I have done is kind of fallen in schedule around that. You know what I mean? So it's like I've always had every other weekend off with my job since he was, I had custody with him and stuff. And then work just kind of, I was like, hey, now that I've got a kid, this is when I can work and this is when I can't work. And then extracurriculars had to be scheduled around that. You know what I mean? So it was like, starts with my son's schedule, then you throw work schedule around that, then you throw music and extracurriculars like around that, and you find that everything just kind of has like its place. And every day, I don't have to think about it. I just know I do this during the day, I do this at night on Monday. I do this during the day, I do this at night on Tuesday. And it just, every single day, dude, but I've been doing it like that for years now, and it's...
Do you schedule time to relax, though?
So I that's funny you say that, because anytime that I end up talking to people about, like, they're like, hey, you want to hang out? And I'm like, yeah, I wish I had time. Like, why don't you have time? I'm like, and then I go and tell them like the whole thing, and they're like, do you ever relax? And I'm like, it's very rare for me to get a chance to stop and relax, dude. Right. I think the only time I do is basically like the weekends that I don't have my son. I schedule a band practice day that day, and if for some reason band practice doesn't happen, or there's not a show that particular Sunday night, I can't do it on a Saturday, I can't do it on a Friday. I know I'm always either working or got my son, whatever. Sunday nights is the least likely night that gets booked throughout the weekend. And so if there's not a show and I don't have my son, and for some reason band practice cancels, all those three things align, then I'm like, I'm going to stay up, I'm going to go to bed at 6 a.m., and I'm just going to sleep all fucking day long. And when I wake up, I'm just going to go to the couch, drink a soda or something or a Monster, and lay back down on the couch and not get up.
Drink a Monster and chill?
I did, well, yeah. So I drink a Monster every single morning. Like, I don't drink coffee or anything like that.
I'm the same. But it's DMD.
What?
Diet Mountain Dew.
Oh. It's gross.
If we can get
I'm not a
fit,
dude. Diet Mountain
Dale
Dew is...
Jr., I would appreciate it.
Super disgusting.
It's super disgusting. Yeah,
to
definitely.
each their own. I would never say that about the things that you like.
But you do say that about the things that I like all the time.
I do.
So.
But yeah, I start my day with a Monster every day. Every day I have to drink, it used to be Bangs, and that's like 300 milligrams, and I was like, I can't do this. This is too much. I did it for a few months.
Of caffeine?
Yeah.
Good night.
Right. Well, I didn't realize that was really a lot until
bunch.
I was getting that, like, why are you? I went to the doctor. I was getting really bad migraines. He's like, why? You drink anything? Da da da. And I was like, yeah, I drink a Bang like every day. And he's like, stop doing that. Like, that's like so much caffeine. He's like, that's why you're getting headaches. You're getting caffeine headaches.
Yeah.
So I weaned myself off that and dealt with headaches for like 2 weeks. And then doctor's like, don't do that. Like, still take caffeine. Like, do something for caffeine. You can't just like shut off everything. So then I went to Red Bull. And then a lot of people were like, yo, Red Bull's like absolutely horrible for you as well. way less caffeine, but still like really not good for
A lot
you.
of sugar and a bunch of other shit in there.
So then I switched to Monster. It had less caffeine. It's only got 180 milligrams. I still find myself every once in a while just wanting to get a headache because it's still not enough. But like I don't allow myself to really do more than that. Very rare will I do 2 Monsters in a day.
That's terrible for you.
Oh, dude. I
One
know.
Monster a day is pretty bad.
But I can't. If I don't drink one every day, my head will absolutely pound.
The way that you talked about getting off caffeine sounded like when John Candy from Uncle Buck is trying to get off cigarettes. He's like, I was on cigarettes, now I'm cigars, then I'm going to go to pipes, and then I'll be on the patch, and then I'm chewing gum. It's a 5-step program.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Remember
gotta
that?
wean yourself
Yeah,
off
well,
the
dude,
caffeine.
it's like your body gets addicted to it just like any other drug. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it is a drug.
Caffeine
It's a drug.
Is a drug. So I don't know.
It's not even a fun
So
drug. It's like not even a good energy. I'd rather just do blow or something.
Yeah, but it's one of those drugs where it's like it's either you're gonna have an awful day or a normal day.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally that. There's like
It's
it's never a great day when you drink caffeine.
Have you ever tried to go cold turkey on caffeine?
Yes,
the worst.
That's when I quit drinking bangs. I
Yeah.
was getting so many bad headaches, dude. And I tried it for like that for 2 weeks, and the doctor was like, "No, don't. That's really
Fucked
bad."
either
for
way.
you."
Like I don't know.
Yeah. So even some days I'll find myself drinking taking 2 Excedrin migraines
Oh yeah.
with my Monster
Holy fuck.
because it has more caffeine but it's got the acetaminophen to help like with your headache pain, you know.
That's
And
just science.
why
man.
not just take that?
because there's only 20 to 30 milligrams, if that, in
baby
a
time
single,
frolics
in a
bud.
single, Excedrin capsule. So it's like the 2 of them together gets me like an extra 60 boost on top of my like.
Just get a fucking script for Adderall, bro, and call it a day. What are we doing here?
So long story short, even on my days off, as soon as I wake up, I just hop in, run to the store. It's a block away. Grab the Monster, come back, drink it, sit on the couch.
Netflix and chill.
If I happen to doze out, cool. If I don't, no big deal.
Doze out. That's like Netflix and hyperspace.
I know.
man.
That's it.
What in the world?
Like if I'm having a chill day, I'm drinking no caffeine.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I drink caffeine, like I already have a hard time shutting her down as it is.
Yeah.
If I drink any caffeine, it's just even if I don't get the energy burst that I want, my brain is still like going like this. I don't know what to do with myself.
Not for me,
doesn't
dude.
happen for
Because
you?
I'm on such a go. Like, dude, if I really wanted to, I could lay my head down right here,
Just pass out.
and within 2 minutes, I would be asleep.
That would probably be the best bottom of the bill episode, actually. Just,
All right, guys, appreciate
here
y'all
we
having
go.
me on.
Yeah.
I've always wanted that to be my superpower.
Just to sleep
To
whenever.
be able to sleep at any point in time for as long as I wanted to.
Yeah.
In any situation.
I can sleep almost in anywhere.
Really.
It doesn't matter, dude.
And no amount of caffeine. Or
Bro, a solid
crazy.
concrete floor, bro. Like no pillow, no blanket, no nothing. I can make myself fall asleep.
No, there's no way.
I think I could too if I was like tired enough. I have like these I have these stages sometimes where like I get the worst insomnia and I can't sleep for weeks. And then there's like the other end of that where I might be bipolar, I don't know. But then I get do like these deep like I don't want to do shit. I could just sleep all day types of scenarios.
But because I'm so busy in my life, even in that one day that I rarely get, I'm like, I'm wasting my day.
Yeah.
My day is I have to do something, dude. And so by like 6 o'clock, I'll get up and be like, all right, I'm gonna go do laundry. I don't have a washing machine, so I gotta go to laundromat a block away. Like, I'm gonna at least go wash clothes. I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? But I can't not do something, even if I do get that chance of a day to not do anything.
You're like Billy. He's the same way. He can't not do something either.
I cannot sit still.
Yeah. Like you have to be. That's why.
Just can't.
Yeah. we have like videos because like we like record when we're on the road and stuff like that. It'll be like GoPro footage of us driving, and it's just silence. You know, I'm driving, and then the 2 guys are sleeping in the back, and then fucking Billy's just sitting there, just checking this and then just checking that. It's like
100%.
you realize that 30 seconds have gone by, and of complete silence, and he hasn't sat still for one of those
No,
seconds.
there's not.
It's it doesn't sound as funny as I'm saying it right now, but when you're watching
have to
it,
be around, man.
it's really funny to
What's
watch
funny
it.
though is Carrie, my girlfriend. She says that when I sleep like a dead person.
Yeah, you get all
I
your
get
movements
dead.
out when you're
I
awake.
don't move at all. Like to the point when I wake up in the morning, I'm just like everything hurts
Like
because
stuck.
I've been in the same position
You're
for
like
8 hours.
atrophied.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's funny.
That is kind of crazy, dude.
Well, I
Do
believe
you
the,
dream a lot or no?
Yeah, all the time. I'm a dreamer.
Really?
Yeah. But I also was the doctor when I was a kid said that I had something that you may be not familiar with called ADHD. And so
I don't have that problem. No.
I did,
I don't
and
either.
I took a lot of
Maybe that might be.
yeah, and so I stopped taking medication, and I'm doing great.
All right. So I want to talk about the stuff that you got going on
Okay.
before we just sit here and talk about caffeine and withdrawals. all
Welcome
day.
back to the Amphetamine Insomnia Podcast.
Fucking grind of a
Well, when you're
musician.
that busy, dude, you got it's. Sometimes I will work maintenance all day at 1904. Then at night I got to do a show, and then the next day I've got to be up in the morning again to do maintenance again back at 1904. So I can get up at 7 a.m., not go to bed till 4 a.m., have to be up by 7:30 to be back at 1904 by 9. I'm only getting 3 hours of sleep, dude.
Yeah.
So, and then I got to do maintenance all day and then grind time the next night, till 10 or 11. And I'm like, even at that time, I'm like, oh, cool, I might be able to go to bed early. I'll go home, take a shower, and sit on the couch for 2 seconds to eat dinner. And then next thing I know, it's 2 in the morning still. And
Right.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, the whole hopes was like I could be able to go to bed a little bit earlier, but like my body is so used to that it doesn't. You
Yeah.
know? It's with long story, the caffeine I have to have.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel you. So let's talk about the bands that you play in. We got the Adversaries and Southpaw.
Yeah.
So what would you say is like the main focus right now? If there is one, it's kind of an impossible answer.
Yeah, dude. I can't. There's not a main focus, which is crazy. Like I played metalcore, metal, hardcore, all that stuff for a long time, dude. Many years, and I've always loved pop punk. I mean, it's so fun to me, and I was always just like, man, I want to be in a pop punk band, dude. And at the time, I was in Black Creek Bastards, and we were doing like the whole like southern rock thing or whatever. And the opportunity came up for a singer and a drummer. I already knew the guys. My buddy Craig was playing guitar. It was just him, another guitar player, and a bass player. And they were like, post a thing on Facebook, like looking for a vocalist and a drummer. And I was like, oh, well, I already know how to sing. I've always wanted to be a singer. I just didn't know if I could do it or not. And did all the hooks and choruses and harmonies and things in all the bands that I play guitar in. I was like, Chris, let's go jam with these dudes and see what it's like, dude. He's like, oh, we ain't got time for that. We got the Black Creek Bastards. And I'm like, yeah, but we do got time, bro. We got time. Like, let's figure it out. Let's go listen to the music. Let's go hear what it sounds like. And he didn't go for the first couple times, and I was like, well, I'm going to fucking pursue this. Like, this is something I want to do. And we did it, and it was great, and I really enjoyed it. But same thing, doing that now for the last several years, on top of not playing hardcore metal for so many, made my love for hardcore metal grow so exponentially again because I wasn't doing it. I did it for almost 10 years, and then almost 10 years I hadn't done it. And so I was just like, man, I've been doing pop punk for 3 years, and I'm like, I'm really missing that like heavy aspect of the songs, and I can't really, you only go so heavy in pop punk, man.
Right.
You can't be adding all kind of super crazy. There's no, anything. So, at the time I was working at Tire Kingdom in sales, and my buddy Darren came in, and his band was like a death metal band that had played shows with one of my bands, the hardcore band and stuff that I was in for years, a few times. And he was a lot younger than me, and we kind of rekindled. He was a lot older now. He wasn't a teenager anymore, and I'm like, man, one day, man, we should start a band or something, dude. One day, and it was like, yeah, dude, we'll start like dadcore. We're both dads now, like dadcore for sure. And I'm like, that sounds fun, like really fun. I'm like, cool, that would be cool. And then we got together and realized very quickly it was like, there's way too much potential with the music that we're writing for this to not be like something that we take serious and do our best at it because I mean, yeah, to be a little joke hardcore band, call it like dadcore or something. We talk about raising our kids in our songs, like
That's really
like,
funny though.
I'm gonna mow the grass,
Yeah.
that's what we went to go into it with, and then realized quickly, like, no way, dude, like let's do some awesome let's do originals, and we did, and it filled that void for me for Adversaries. It's now, in my opinion, I feel like I have the best of both worlds. So either way, I don't feel like I choose one or the other or have a priority over one or over the other. I've just always told both bands, like, look, if we both ever end up on the show together, then Adversaries has to play first and then Southpaw, because in Southpaw I do a lot of backup vocals. I don't necessarily scream because I can't, but I do a lot of yelling and gang vocal things, and it takes a toll on my throat, which would make it to where I could not sing as well at all if I had to sing for Adversaries afterwards.
Right.
And so if that ever comes up, then it'll have to be that, like, Adversaries plays first, so I can get all the vocal stuff out. I can still yell even if I lose my voice doing Adversaries. I can't lose my voice and then try to go sing.
Right.
It just doesn't work. So
What's the overlap with the two genres? Are the fans of like pop punk bands like also fans of hardcore bands? Did you see a lot of the
there's a
shows kind of work
lot.
together?
Most people who like pop punk like a side of heavy, because you have your bands out there that are like A Day to Remember, who are super pop punk, very catchy choruses, but then their bridges and verses are like breakdowns
Right.
and screaming and things like that. They were one of those bands that made that crossover between the two genres. So now you have people who like, oh, I love pop punk. Oh man, but I really also like these breakdowns. I like this heavy stuff, and vice versa. People who are super into super heavy stuff, like Mikey. Mikey's into super hardcore metal. You know what I mean? But like, you will find Mikey more likely listening to a actual pop song than you will listening to metal. Dude loves pop, like straight genuine pop radio.
Yeah, Mike Zero.
Mike Sierra, bro,
Mikey.
and it's crazy.
I was gonna say it seems like it'd be like the other, pop punk for sure. They would be into metal, but the other way around.
Metal, not so much in the
not
pop
so
punk.
much. Yeah.
It's less.
Yeah.
But like where Adversaries has played metalcore shows, you know what I mean,
It's gone over well.
and it's gone over very well for us. Actually.
I was gonna say because I listened to both the bands today actually, and I really thought the songs were great, man. But the Adversaries are like so pop punk, like it's so pop punk that I can't see I can't see the crossover. You know what I mean?
And you know what's funny, dude, is like, if you listen to what did you listen to from Adversaries? Do you remember which song you listened to?
Well, I watched the video that you guys have on YouTube. When
most
you're in the
recent one?
bedroom. Oh, I
Oh,
watched
that-
both of them. The one
oh,
where you were in
did
the bedroom, and then the one where you were at 1904.
Did you notice any difference in that style of pop punk from song to song?
Yeah, I think that the one that was at 1904, I think that one probably was a little bit heavier. And I think that the one, there was one I listened to on Spotify also. I can't remember what the name of it was. But it was more of like almost like a Good Charlotte kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
Cool. I like that, dude. Because Good Charlotte's very first album, is probably still to this day one of my favorite albums as far as that genre goes. It was the catchiest, hookiest.
Yeah.
Like, just brought you in with just raw distortion guitars and things like that. Way different than what they
Ended
turned
up
out
doing
to be.
Lifestyles
Right.
Rich and Famous and stuff.
I mean,
yeah.
even that album was I was okay with, dude, because they were still had the raw guitars and things like that. It was just like overly polished at that point. But,
Right. But that's the vibe that I got from that stuff. And then I heard Southpaw, and I was like amazed that you can make the crossover. And I was curious as to how you kind of put yourself in those different headspaces, because one is very much like it seems like very community oriented, and it's like, we're a band of brothers and we're doing this thing, and it's much more I guess pop viable music. And then you have Southpaw, it's like a lot more aggressive, and like you have to be in a different headspace when you're writing for that kind of stuff, right?
So even in Adversaries, I helped write a lot of the music as well. Our last 4 singles, I helped write a lot of those on guitar. And it was, I wouldn't say that it's like a role I chose to write those songs. It was like for the whole time COVID was happening, we were like, let's write some new songs, let's record some stuff, yada yada. And I don't think anybody really ever got around to doing it. And Southpaw had just started, so I was still trying to teach myself to write music again like that, because it had been a long time since I had written music like that, you know. And so I was really kind of focused on writing some new songs for like Adversaries, um, which we had booked the recordings and all this stuff. We're like, all right, we're going in the studio on this date and this date and this date. And we're like, well, we don't even have any songs. And I was like, I do. I've got a couple songs that are ready. And they're like, well, all right, well, let's hear them. You know what I mean? And sent them to them. They're like, well, I guess nobody else got anything else. I guess we're just going to roll with these, right? I'm like, yeah. So we made a couple little tweaks and changes as a whole band and things, and ended up recording them. And Chris helped write some guitar parts and vocal parts and things like that as well. And that's what we went with. And for me, like I said, Southpaw had just started, so my focus was on writing songs, because what we had talked about was like, let's all of us start writing songs. Every single member in the band can play guitar. Every member in the band. There's no reason that everybody can't be writing songs. And it just happened to be that nobody wrote any songs at that time. So I was like, cool, well, I did. But it was also because I was not used to writing metal shit again. You know what I mean? Or hardcore and stuff again. So that part came easy for as far as the last songs. But that's what I was going to say, is that's why I asked you which 2 songs you listened to, if you notice a difference, because our very first EP, me and Chris had nothing to do with that.
Okay.
Nothing at all.
Forsyth Street. That's what it was.
Forsyth Street, yes. I wrote every bit of that.
Okay.
That whole song, dude. And they came in and helped tweak a couple things and do this and that. But that was one of the ones that I helped write. And I don't know, man. To me, it's you could tell the difference a little bit of like my style, the way that I write, compared to the way that Craig and Nick and Vic had wrote previously on the last record. Not that it was bad or anything, because obviously it was good. I joined the band, you know what I mean?
Right,
but,
right.
To me, I think, and I don't want to say it's not a better style of writing or anything. I feel like we are maturing as a band in our writing abilities and what we know we can do and can't do, and like what fits the mold for us, and kind of like more of like what we see ourselves as,
Right.
rather than like, oh, we're gonna write pop punk and we are a pop punk band and we're gonna do this. Because a lot of our new stuff, that like new song that we just wrote that's not even out yet, we haven't even recorded nothing, it's a lot more punk vibe, do that to get that, do that to get that, do that to get that, real fast. Not that some of the new stuff also has that, but it's like even the riffs, the everything about it, man. You got that more punk-esque vibe instead of pop punk. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, in the end, the song in a whole is still definitely a pop punk song, because it's got the catchy hook, dude. That's the whole point. You can make it as fast and riffy and this and that in any genre, and then you throw that catchy ass hook on there. Bro, that's your genre right there.
Especially when you have like the fucking shouting, everyone in the background, like the shouting and like
gang
the
yells.
chant. Yeah, that's what they're called, gang yells. Yeah.
Yep, your little gang vocals.
Yeah.
Things
Box,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah. And even Southpaw does that, dude. In Southpaw, we have a few gang vocals. You know what I mean? And it helps to what's the word I'm looking for? Not accentuate. That's accentuate. Is that the word? Accentuate.
Accessorize.
I think that sounds right.
Accentuate what?
Like what you're getting across vocally. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Rough seas, well sink, oh ship. You know what I mean? It's like the whole band yelling it. It's like the final. And did you listen to that? That was the video. Yeah.
Yep.
But there's like big gang yells of that.
Right.
But that's like the hook line of the whole song.
Right.
It worked out really well. But yeah,
It's a great idea for live shows too, because I mean, like
they do.
If your hook is screaming,
Everybody gets into it.
It's gonna be a good show.
But it's not even just screaming, because there's like a
Not
melody.
screaming, yelling.
but-
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Not screaming. You know what I'm trying to
But
say.
yeah,
Yeah.
so as far as like a headspace goes, it was originally for that. But as Southpaw has gotten better and more, it also depends on what I'm listening to. So I have 2 stations that I listen to predominantly the most on Pandora. And yeah, I still listen to Pandora. I don't even listen to Spotify, dude.
Shoot,
Wow.
yeah. I might open the time machine, go back to Pandora, see what
Dude,
they
but
got.
I don't pay for it, dude. It's free.
That is
get
true.
the
It
ads,
was
though.
always
And
free.
I don't feel like the Spotify suggestions are as good as my Pandora
On-
suggestions.
That's
on
true,
Spotify,
actually.
if you start listening to that same artist, like I've been listening to the People Under the Stairs radio, I'm just like, okay, I've heard every one of these songs
Well,
like 100
are
times.
you liking the songs? Are you proactive in your listening?
I don't like them. I love them.
Okay, but you are like responding.
No, I'm
to-
driving, and you shouldn't be on your phone when you're
Okay,
driving.
but what I'm saying is that with Spotify, you have to be proactive.
You have to be engaging.
Yeah, you have to be engaging. Otherwise, it
Pandora, you
won't-
don't have to.
Now,
Right,
are you
now Pandora's
sure?
good.
Because when you go to the radio, it just looks like a giant playlist.
I know,
Does it
but
change based on an algorithm?
It does, yes.
Yeah,
And
your
I-
playlist that you see for that band might be different than the playlist that I see for that band.
Exactly.
So it's just like a
for sure
very
is.
just wanting woman, and you're just not telling her what you need.
Exactly.
Damn it!
Yeah, man. Spotify wants to give you its love.
But they don't.
But
They don't know how to
man. You're not
communicate.
you don't know how to communicate.
I
They're
know.
trying to communicate. Maybe you should talk to your therapist about this.
I'm just trying to say I might cause a couple of fender benders, but I got a good playlist.
You gotta. It's
But
worth
see, here's
it.
the
if
thing: is I don't
Spotify
have to do
knows.
that on Pandora. If I just like a song, it'll start playing me a ton of shit from that artist.
Yeah.
If I like
Pandora's
it,
good.
whereas Spotify is like, in about 100 more songs, throw in something similar
Huh.
to the song he hearted.
interesting.
Whereas
They should work
Pandora's
on
gonna be
that.
like, oh, you like that song? Check out this and this and this and this and this and this
Yeah.
and this. And I'm like, yo, bet. Yeah, all
That's what
right,
they're good
sweet.
at.
I do feel like Pandora's radio is much better than Spotify's radio stuff. But there's the fact that you have so much agency over what you're listening to on
Yeah.
Spotify versus Pandora. It's like you can't choose.
What's cool too is like on Pandora, after you like all these songs, it curates every single one of those songs into the the thumbs up playlist or thumbnail play, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Your liked playlist. They turn every song that you've liked into its own playlist.
Spotify
you
does
can
that
watch
too.
that. Oh, do they?
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
I don't use Spotify enough to know that.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna get at is that I listen to two different stations, and it's what helps me to get in the mood. If I know I'm going to adversaries practice, I put on Set Your Goals Radio, which is like a very aggressive pop punk band that I really enjoy. Or if I'm wanting to write some stuff like that, or I'm inspired by something that I'm listening to, it's because of Set Your Goals Radio. Now, if I'm listening to Southpaw, if I'm going to Southpaw practice, or I'm like in the mood for some heavy shit, I put on Lionheart Radio, which is one of my favorite hardcore bands. Or I put on Terror Radio. And I'll get inspired that way. You know what I mean? I mean, there's some days that I'm not listening to music, but I've been listening to music all week long. I'll wake up on a Sunday afternoon, with my son, and he's, ate breakfast. He's in the bedroom playing, Nintendo Switch or something. And I'm like, I'm going to turn my amp on. I'm going to write some music. But I don't go into it going, I'm going to write for Adversaries or I'm going to write for Southpaw. I just start fucking around. Whatever comes. If it's a
Right.
fucking pop punk riff or it's a fucking hardcore riff, I don't know until I'm in it, and I'm like, man, this is. But there is those times where I've written something, and I'm like, man, is this too heavy for Southpaw, or too heavy for Adversaries, and not heavy enough for Southpaw, or is this the other way? You know what I mean? I'm like,
Well, that's yours,
damn,
bro.
right? But that's where I could just kind of be like, kind of doesn't even matter, dude. Like I can make it work, but there hasn't really been but like one or two riffs because Adversaries does try to dabble in some heavy stuff, but you can't. We don't really add a lot of double bass in. Whereas, like if you hear a breakdown from Southpaw, it's da 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 da. The feet are following and everything. And Adversaries is like even if Adversaries did the exact same riff, it's just going to be one kick. Da 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 dun 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 da da. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or he'll add like a little dun dun dun. But it you could do the exact same riff in both bands, but one is gonna sound different than the other one.
Right. So-
Solely not only just the kick, but whereas Southpaw would probably just stay open for all those heavy notes, Adversaries would da 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 dun. Da 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 da. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
change the notes, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's a pop punk breakdown.
Right. It's also the tones of the instruments and
Yeah,
the whole thing.
completely different tunings.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So there's no way of being able to go into anything. It's kind of just what happens is what comes out, whether it's Adversaries or whether it's Southpaw.
Gotcha.
It just happens.
That's interesting. So maybe you can help us on this because I've always been curious about that world, and the
Metal
way
world.
the way the shows work, right? Because you motherfuckers got like 10 people on your bills, and I don't
Fucking
understand.
15 sometimes,
Like,
man.
yeah, and you guys are playing fucking half
Oh
an
wait,
hour
wait, wait, wait!
sets.
Before we go, that was on Sunday, right?
What?
I don't know. Never mind.
you talking
Actually,
about?
I was thinking about they were metal shows, and it wasn't metal show. It was pop punk. It was the Warp Tour thing that they did at Archetype. Were you involved in that at all?
No,
Okay,
no.
you
But
weren't?
that was like, was it actual bands or was it DJs?
No, it was bands. Each one of the bands.
Oh, it was like a warped something number
was
3.
doing a
I
tribute
think.
to
Yeah,
each
yeah.
one.
But how does that work? So we talked to Mikey about it, and he was saying that there might be like a bit of a stigma with like financial success in that scene. Like there's maybe you don't want to lose touch with your roots, I guess, or like lose your like you don't want to sell out.
Yeah, sell out.
That's,
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I was looking for. But I'm curious as like are there outside of like this I guess this is probably more for the metal side of it because there's plenty of examples of very successful pop punk bands, right? But like when it comes to like metal bands, you don't see as much of it. There's people that I know that are wildly successful in the metal scene that you if I mention their bands, which I can't think of right now, you'd probably know who they were, right? But like they're still working at like fucking Fresh Market when they're not on the road and stuff like that. So I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, there's like hardcore bands in general, dude. Like, it's more like enjoying the people and the crowd and the vibe and like the brotherhood and everything else that like comes with it. So you're not. It starts in the roots of it like that. So you're not in Southpaw. Do we take it serious? Yes. Do we think we're gonna fucking get signed? Maybe one day. You know what I mean? That'd be cool. Help support some tours, whatever, make some merch, whatever the case is. Do I think we would ever get rich doing it? Fuck no. Fuck no, bro. Because the dudes that have made it in hardcore, you know, like one of my favorite bands, Terror, dude. They've been doing it for years, bro, years. And when they play shows, they play for 5,000 people. Some big festivals and shit. Sometimes I was at Furnace Fest last year. They were on fucking main stage. You know what I mean? I was stoked about it. But they've never changed their authenticity or what they sound like or their genre or who they are because they've never strived to be like, we're gonna dude, if you go to any single one of those dudes, they're gonna tell you they got fucking full-time jobs, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's wild to me. Like how do you maintain a band and still do that at that level?
You just gotta, I mean, you have bands, where if you notice they only tour like 3 times a year, it's because like homeboy's like a doctor and he's taking his vacation time to fucking go on tour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's getting paid from work to go on tour. Or, you know what I mean? Or you're only doing like Friday, Saturday, Sundays. Or maybe you're taking a Monday as a sick day or something. Like, you have to just make it work, dude. When I was younger and I was in Words and Red, the hardcore band I was in, metalcore band I was in years ago, dude, I would just quit a job. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, we're leaving for tour tomorrow? Shit. Hey, I'm leaving for tour. You think I can keep my job? Why the fuck would we let you keep your job? All right, appreciate
Well,
it.
at least you called.
I'm like, or I mean, I've had times where I literally just walked out and was just
There
like,
you
oh,
go.
by the way, today's my last day. I'm leaving for tour tomorrow. And they're like,
Let's talk about how you just find out that you're leaving for tour 24 hours before the tour. Let's talk about
That's
that.
pretty interesting. I was
Yeah.
thinking about that too. Like you got the call. I'm like, okay.
well, dude, I
What?
mean, like, I'm young, and I was young, dude. So like, time management was not the biggest thing to me, dude. It was just like I literally worked to play music,
Right.
And so it was like, oh yeah, I gotta go to fucking work. All right, when we get off work, we're gonna fucking jam. We're gonna play. And we're
It's
gonna
your
go do
life.
this.
Yeah.
Like,
I do want to get to that, but I want to stay on Southpaw and
Okay.
Adversaries for a second because I'm curious as to what like the band dynamic is like. Do you guys have like somebody who's kind of running the show, or do you have delegated responsibilities? Like, what's the dynamic like with each band?
both bands are entirely different.
Okay.
100%, dude. So like, whereas in Southpaw, me and Darren, my vocalist, Um, we manage the Instagrams and the emails and the Facebook and talking with the art content creator and uploading to YouTube. And when we drop music videos, we're the ones fucking handling on the drop, and we're fucking talking to Mikey about the shows, things like that. Whereas like Mark, our bass player, he is an amazing bass player, dude, an amazing dude, and he's just kind of like there, dude. Like he doesn't, he has no problem help him out, but
He's just existing.
he's just like that.
Most
He's
bass
that.
players
Yeah, I was
Mark,
about to say that's pretty.
Mark is
on par for
Mark
bassist.
is the ideal bassist, dude, because he literally is just like he's got the biggest heart, dude, the most awesome, genuine, nicest dude, man, and he's just like. I just want you guys to know, like, he'll randomly pop in the text. He's like, I just want you guys to know, like, I fucking love you guys. I appreciate the shit out of this band, and I fucking
Nice.
love it. And I'm just like, that's your job.
Yeah.
That's your job, bro. You are the fucking lifter-upper, dude. Like, you just keep it all fucking, like, when we're fucking, like, stressed out about fucking this or that or whatever, Mark just randomly just pops in. He's like, you guys are fucking awesome. I fucking love y'all. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I fucking
gonna
love
say-
you too, dog.
Greenhouse Lounge has We're All Planet Tears, and Eric's Heart. That's what I think your bass player is.
Yeah, dude.
He's
He's
hard at
like
the
the
end.
he is, man. And so Harrison, our drummer, he's the youngest member in the band. So like I'm 36 and I think Harrison is 26,
Oh, okay.
something like that. But dude, let me
Youngin'.
tell you what, dude. This dude, so when we started talking about taking it seriously and doing real music, he was like, I got this drummer I found on YouTube. And I'm like, what? What do you mean you found this dude on YouTube here in town and I don't know about him? Who is he? He's like, nah, bro, he's out in Hilliard. And I'm like, oh, God.
Where's that?
Past Callahan.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
It's like an hour drive for us. If not
Wow.
a little bit more to get to his house, right? I go out there the first day, dude, and I open up his studio band room thing that he's got, dude. And there is a wall, I shit you not, like this fucking wall of nothing but fucking speakers and subs and fucking. He's got a he's got 1904 sound system, if not more,
Oh, my God.
sitting on his fucking wall, hooked to a board that his drums are all hooked into with triggers and this fucking ginormous fucking set. And I was like, oh, I see why you picked him. Like, why you said this kid in fucking Hilliard. Like, bet. Yeah. Okay. And dude, and he's like, what's up, man? I'm Harrison. I'm out. Cool, man. Like, he sits down and he just starts fucking around, and it's just like, that you're just like, what?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding
What are you
me?
doing out in Hilliard? Good lord.
He's like, yeah, what? How did you find him? He's like, dude, I just happened to stroll across one of his like drum covers that he uploaded on YouTube one day, and messaged him, and he's like, yeah, I'm in Hilliard, Florida, because he said something about in one of his videos he lived in Florida or something, I don't know, but my singer Darren messaged him, and they had started band years ago. This is like years before us that they've been in bands before, but that's like how the story, like how he met him, and had always just kept wanting to play music with him because he's like, dude, amazing. Like when you hear the Southpaw stuff, dude, that is literally a 0.1% of how good he is as a drummer. He could play that stuff in his sleep with his eyes closed with one hand.
Well, that's cool. He's able to use that restraint, to be able to.
Well, he's smart, dude. When it comes to writing music, he will write to the music. You know what I mean? Now, if I write a riff and I'm like, "Hey, Harrison, do it as like kind of like this riff or this drum beat," he listens to me and he spices it up from his own stuff. He knows I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm drumline and I've fucking been playing drums since I was 9.
Yeah.
It's my first instrument. And as far as that band goes, though, but Mark and Harrison are like, they're there. They do their jobs. They do their jobs very well.
Rhythm sections. They're good at just existing.
Dude,
We'll say that.
and do they have a problem doing anything that if they're like, hey, can you guys send an email to this fucking dude? And I'm like, yeah, dude, no problem. Like they have no problem, more than capable of doing it, but they also have no problem stepping, like, not that they have egos, but you know what I mean, being like, no, bro, go. I trust in your faith. Like, go take care of these things. If you feel like you can do this job better than I could, like absolutely do it. And it's like cool. It's a respect, dude. Like they know that me and Darren have way more experience. As for Harrison, we have way more experience, doing things like this and booking the shows and doing the this and the that. Where he has no problem being like, cool, I trust you. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do. And because I know when I time to write a fucking song, I know I can trust him to fucking write some badass motherfucking shit, dude.
Yeah.
And so in adversaries, I don't have nothing. I tried to do the social media for us for a while. I just lost track with it, and this and that. And like all 5 of us had access to the Instagram and the Facebook and the this and the that. And like, every once in a while somebody would post something or this and that. And now, as far as like any social media whatsoever for adversaries, our guitar player Craig does it. He just started more regularly posting for the band of things, and it's just he's just kind of fallen into that role. As far as like show bookings and things like that, I get hit up, and Chris does as well more than they do because we're also like working at 1904. Chris is booking shows again, even when he wasn't. That's what he did for many years,
Right.
So whereas in Southpaw, I'm very upfront in things, and in adversaries, I'm just kind of like on the back burner. You know what I mean? Like tonight was band practice, and it was like, yo, I can't because I'm gonna go do the bottom of the bill. Now, by all means, you guys can get together and work on music or something. And it's like, nah, we'll just see you next Tuesday. You know what I mean? It's like, okay,
I'm into that. Thank you for sacrificing adversaries practice for
man.
for bottom of the bill. You hear that, Chris?
We're sorry.
I'm
I'm
Just
sorry.
kidding, bro. I
about
love you,
that.
bro.
I was wondering that at the beginning of it because you were talking about all your schedule and everything like that, and then I kind of like hit me. I'm like,
You're like, how did he fit this in
yeah.
there?
I was like, what did he cancel? I was like,
Well, that's like when you and I were talking about, I was like, I can only do it on this day or this day. And
Right.
you're like, oh, well, I can't on that day, so let's go for this day. I said, cool. It's like a month away. Like, that'll work.
You totally, yeah, man. I'm glad we were able to make it work out.
But yeah, long story. Both bands are totally two different dynamics, man.
Do you think that there's a plus side or an advantage to one dynamic versus the other?
I got the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
I do. Because in one band, I can just sit back and show up and do what I got to do and fucking leave. And where the other band, I'm like, I'm the first one there and the last one out. You know what I mean?
So the dynamic is still kind of a similar dynamic,
To the
just
pop punk, the hardcore thing.
you're in a different like role in the in each band.
Yeah.
So it's like you still have like people like controlling most of what's happening in adversaries, and then you have people controlling most of what's happening in Southpaw. It's just that that's your job in Southpaw and not your job in adversaries.
Which it's good because it still goes hand in hand. Like I say, I have both best of both worlds because I do have the pop punk, I do have the hardcore. I don't do shit in this band, but I do shit in this band.
Right.
So like no matter what, it's like a relaxing one, and then like, all right, I got to worry about this, I got to worry about that, and then the other one's like super fun and poppy and jumping around, and the other one's like serious. Oh, it's like I have the best of both worlds in every aspect of music as far as anything goes, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, writing the music, not writing the music. Like it's so much simpler.
Do you ever find
which one do you think that you write for more?
I don't have one that I do.
It's equal.
It's dude, yeah. So I in Southpaw, I'm the only guitar player.
right.
Whereas in Adversaries, I'm the singer, and I have 2 guitar players. But every member in Adversaries knows how to play guitar. So when I pick up my guitar, it's like I might write a Southpaw riff, I might write an Adversaries riff. I don't ever know. So
Yeah.
it's just like what's there is there. But yeah, it's.
You ever find it hard to because like in one band you're kind of doing a lot of things, and the other band you're kind of just in the role where you don't have to do a lot of things. Do you ever find it hard to like not judge the way that somebody's doing something, or want to take the role over because you're like, I could do this better?
No,
No,
not at all, bro.
that's awesome.
Not at all. Because I'm all.
I'm just curious.
No,
It's so
because
hard
it's
to
like
do.
the
I don't know how
way.
you do it.
Because I'm that guy in this band. So if he's fucking it up or doing something else, it's like that's his job in the band. Like, I say job, but like that's the role he took on. Like, do it to your best of your abilities, dog. No big deal. Like I'm gonna, I don't care how he does it or what he does as long as it's getting done.
Right, right. It's interesting. That would be an impossible task for me.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm not judging him because I don't want somebody in the other band judging me for the way I'm doing it.
Right, but that's
You know
gonna.
what I
I feel like that's always gonna happen, though, right? You don't ever feel the pressure from the other guys when they're
Oh no,
when they're
no,
looking
no!
to
I
you to do
do, I do.
something?
That's why I don't do it
Oh, because you
to
get
in
it.
the other
Yeah.
band because I know what it's like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's no. I'm not gonna do to them what I'm getting done to me on this. You know what I mean? Like where I'll have some of the guys like, hey, let's get us on this show. Let's get us on that show. Let's do this. Let's go play with these guys. Let's hit up this. You know, and I'm like, there's steps to it. You can't do that. And, you have conversations with the band and they understand and this and that. But I'm not doing that to these guys because I know what it's like to have that done. And it's not you're not getting in an argument about it. It's just that you have that one guy that everybody goes to for an answer for something. You know what I mean? And I am that guy and would like to not be that guy.
Yeah, I feel you.
So it's it works if you just. I think having both makes it to where it's easy to do it like that.
Yeah, well, I think it definitely makes you like kind of what you're saying. It makes you appreciate the other situation.
Right.
Right. So it's like
I was gonna say the example that we had. We were both in a wedding band for all of like 2 months, and we were not in charge. We couldn't fucking do it, dude.
Yeah.
We were just
Really?
I think we played like 2 gigs with them, and I just we kept our mouths shut for the most
yeah,
part.
that's what I'm saying. Like, and then we got fired.
We
I don't know how we got
Well, it was
fired.
a mutual departure. But
I don't know. I'm glad that you've accepted that's what happened, but we got fucking fired.
it was a mutual departure.
I will never let that.
But it was just because when we do what we do, we're so like efficient with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least like when it comes to rehearsing and when it comes to the gig stuff, like we're very on top of the details.
You're good at what you fucking do, bro.
And
That's what it is.
especially in the cover at the level of the cover band stuff, like I'm not saying I don't have my slip ups in the other like the original.
Everybody
band
does, bro.
grind, that
Yeah.
shit's hard, but like the cover band side of it to me is so like after operating in the original band world, the cover band side is so fucking mindless and easy at this point, where you're just like
So you're like, dude, how could you not handle this?
Yeah,
how could you not do that?
How can this not get done? Like,
You gotta
Yeah.
show up 3 hours early. I'm just like, are you kidding me?
yeah,
For a cover show?
yeah.
You're kidding, right?
Or like bring in like fucking a PA system that could power a fucking stadium, and we're playing at a fucking bar.
Or some of the people in the band haven't learned the song, so we're just gonna play along to a backing
The backing
karaoke track.
What?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and then they gave me, oh man, they gave me a guitar solo.
During a guitar solo from the karaoke
Yeah,
track.
but they gave me a guitar solo. We played that song.
We didn't learn it note
how
for
you-
note. That's not a solo.
Hold on. So yeah,
That's a recital.
it was. Bro, it was we were playing rude. How you gonna be so rude?
Yeah.
Copyright.
And
Educational purposes.
Yeah, and so I thought that they had made tracks. I didn't realize that we were playing. You couldn't really hear the tracks that well. I didn't know that we were playing to the actual song.
You're doing your job because you're playing to the drummer. Fuck, you know the song. Fuck it. You don't need to hear the track.
And
However-
he was great.
I was doing.
No, the drummer.
Oh, poor guy.
Well,
But anyways, I was. It came time to take the solo, right? And I hadn't. We're talking like we got a list of like 40 songs a week before the gig. We had one rehearsal, so I didn't have time to learn all the solos note for
Oh,
note.
no.
I was just getting the form down,
Yeah,
So
that's it, bro.
I started to take the solo, and then all of a sudden I hear the solo from the song playing, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" I'm playing to the actual song right now.
what did we learn from that
man.
though? Nobody noticed and no one cared.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, nobody. The bar was packed full of
It was
people. It was St.
St.
Patty's
Patty's
Day.
Day.
They didn't give a fuck.
Oh,
They were just
dude,
partying.
they
We were
didn't
doing our thing.
fucking care.
It doesn't. It's just like those little like those kinds of things that I pay attention to. That I'm like, how does that happen? How did we not get that communicated to us? And then on top of that,
Right. That's the so simplistic thing, dude. Like, hey guys, by the way, we're playing through the original fucking songs. Hope you know them. And you're like, All right, bet.
Yeah,
fuck,
or at least like I can lay out if I don't. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I can make like a choice in the moment.
or
but
play air guitar.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, yeah. So, but yeah, like it does give you a different appreciation being in both roles. I think.
Yeah.
But it is having been in the role that I've been in for the last like 6 years now. I cannot be just a side person and just sit back and watch what's happening without everything in my being just being like, just take it over. Just tell them you can do it. You can
Bro,
do it
it's
better.
it's the side hustle.
It's the side hustle, bro.
Which do you like better? Do you like being on the side or being in control?
I enjoy both.
Yeah.
I
It's
do.
nice to have the responsibility, but it's also nice to not have
It's
it.
but it's also to give. It's nice to give it away, dude.
Totally.
Like it's. I have the best of both worlds, in my honest opinion, when it comes to music.
What do
Man,
they call it? Like a control something? Not freak. What do
Controlled
they
chaos.
call it? No, I can't think of the word right now. When you want to control everything, I can't think of
a
it.
control freak.
Yeah, control freak.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Well, I'm not a control freak.
I don't think you are. Well, but I also I don't think that I am too hard too. But
Oh, you're worse than I am.
no, I think I am.
Yeah.
But because in our band, I feel like I'm kind of second chair bassoon.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
That is true.
it's hard.
Bro,
it's hard.
I
It's hard
totally
for-
understand that reference.
Of course, I'm just saying. It's hard for me to just sit back and just be like, yeah, that's fine. Just do that. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
There was one
I've learned to choose to pick your battles.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, is this worth getting an argument about?
Nah.
And same from my perspective too, though, right? Because like when you're the person kind of running the ship, like, and people are giving you,
Well, sometimes you're too scared to fucking say some shit. You're like, hey guys, I really think we should do this because you're worried about what the backlash of the rest of the band is going to be.
oh,
You know what I mean?
For me, it's rarely scared about how they're gonna react to something. It's
is
more,
great.
it's more of just like this isn't worth the time. This is
Right.
gonna this conversation is gonna take a lot longer than it needs to. So we're just not gonna do it, and I'll just go and make the decision by myself at that point.
This is great
You
for
See,
know?
I don't never do that.
Yeah,
Never.
yeah.
I always consult. Not that what you're doing is wrong.
No,
But I always, it doesn't matter in Southpaw or adversaries. I mean, more so in Southpaw, it's like, hey, we were offered this show. What do y'all think? These are the bands playing. This is the date it is. This is the time we play. This is whether we're getting guarantees or not. This is all this stuff. I tell them every bit of that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And as a band, everybody will voice their opinion, and then it'll be like, the majority was what we will go with. You know what I mean?
yeah.
The only reason I'm in that specific role in that instance is because I was the one that was hit up about it. Now, if one of them was to get hit up about it, they'd do the same thing. They'd bring it to the whole band and say, hey, what do y'all want to do? This, that, you know what I mean? But we talk about we make every decision as a band. There's only a few times that we've made, what's the word?
Executive decisions.
Executive decisions.
Yeah.
Right. You know.
Yeah, that's
not you though, huh?
I would in an ideal world, I think, but because of the way that we operate, we're constantly like we're booking out tours, and there's like then we have like the album cycles that we're following, and then we have like the marketing, the promo stuff that we're doing, and then so what I do is I delegate stuff, right? So I'll be like, okay, you're gonna be in charge of merchandise, so that's your world. Let me
Got
know
it.
what you need financially to make it happen, and we'll see how we can work it out. And then, Billy has been handling the budget. So him and I have weekly meetings about that and just seeing like where we need to not be spending money, where we do spend money and that kind of stuff. But when it comes to everything else, like, if I'm trying to book a tour, or if I'm booking studio time or whatever it might be, or the marketing and promo stuff, like I don't have time to like run the numbers and all the details by everybody and then wait for everybody to voice their opinion, especially if you might not be as educated on the matter as I might be.
Right.
So it just gets to a point where this is what you handle, this is what I handle. We understand that I trust you to handle this. I hope that you trust me to handle this. And it's not that the things don't get discussed or talked about. Like if we do something, we all more or less know it's happening. But it's just that it's not really a discussion as to like,
yes or no.
yes or no. It's just, hey guys, this is happening. And it's like, okay, well, glad we had a discussion. It's like, well, there's no time for it.
But see, also in Southpaw, I don't do everything by myself. Darren, my vocalist, does everything with me. If we know we got delivered a music video the night before, and the next morning we're supposed to go, drop it on every fucking platform, and by like 2 in the morning, I get home and go get ready for bed. I notice it's not done. Well, guess what? I go ahead and get on there and I start fucking doing it, and then he'll hit me up the next day and go, "Good looking out, bro. I totally forgot." And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean I seen you didn't do it, so I fucking did it." Or he'll see that, "Hey man, you forgot to make that post today, so I went ahead and fucking did it for you." And I'm like, "Cool." But it works that way. We are both every day know there's something that's supposed to be done and whatnot, and if one doesn't do it, the other one picks it up.
Right. Right.
So
It's a good dynamic. I don't know which one works better. The world that I come from. I come from like the blues world where like you have a band leader.
right.
That's just what it is. There's one star of the show, and that's it. Which I don't like that either, right? Like I was on the sideline for that, and I didn't have any creative control, and that's really where I think it actually matters more than anything. Because like when it comes to writing, like we all have a say in the writing process. We all bring our own songs to the table, and we all collaborate on material, and we all have like an equal say in that. But so I don't agree with the narrative of like the jazz and like blues guys where it's all like I'm the band leader and fuck the rest of you guys.
A lot of times it's the drummer.
Yeah, you get like Art Blakey and like there's fucking all kinds of examples of that.
Phil Collins.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But I do think that there's something to be taken from both worlds. There's an aspect of the democratic system that works in the band, but then there's an aspect where it falls short, I think, and then sometimes decisions don't get made, because no one can agree on something.
Well, and when there's a situation like that, which there has been one or two, and it's just like, look, this is what we're gonna do. I'm sorry y'all feel that way. I hope y'all can understand. And then one of them will try to explain to the other one like why we decided to go that route and things like that. But like it's very rare that happens.
Yeah. Well, before we go on to the grind time stuff, I want to get into the bottom of the Billboard.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the song?
I listened to it on the way over.
Dope. So the song. So if you guys aren't familiar with bottom of the Billboard, basically each week Billy and I will recommend a song to each other to listen to and review. And if at the end of it, we decide whether or not it makes it onto our bottom of the Billboard playlist on Spotify. If you're interested, you can go and check it out on there and see the songs that have made it. If you're not familiar with our dynamic, you know that we basically don't like anything the other one listens to. So it's always a fun conversation, and we'll see what happens with this one. This week, I recommend.
That was so wonderful. Did you rehearse that?
I didn't. I'm just feeling
That's
good
so
today.
good. That's the way it should be every
Vibing,
time.
bro.
Feeling good today.
Vibing.
Alan's got a good energy.
You do.
I'm feeling
I appreciate that.
I'm feeling like this is just easy. You know what I mean?
It is,
Yeah.
dude.
And that's what it's all
The
about.
Big Easy.
Well,
That's
don't
what they
have-
call New Orleans. You know
don't
that?
make it weird and derail the conversation.
will,
You know what I
always.
mean? So
That's the dynamic.
Yeah.
So this week's I was in a flow and now you ruined it, and now I can't think of this. "Shake Me Like a Monkey" by Dave Matthews Band. Okay, I love this song. So okay, so check this out. When I grew up listening, my parents were like into Dave Matthews, and I couldn't stand it when I was a kid.
Both of them?
More of my mom. My dad likes him too, But like, I couldn't stand Dave Matthews at all. And then when I was like 20, 21 years old, I started playing in this band that the first band that I actually formed. And the drummer was a little bit older, and he was like really big into Carter Beauford, who's a drummer for Dave Matthews, who's like an insanely amazing drummer. And so he was kind of showing me some stuff. He was like, "You don't like Dave Matthews?" And I was like, "No, I can't stand him." And then he was like, "Check this stuff out." He started showing me some of the more like funky stuff and like some of the more musically interesting stuff, And
Because it's music.
yeah, because it's
Keep
music.
going.
Yeah. So, anyways, this was the Big Whiskey and the Gru Grux King album was the album that he like reintroduced me to Dave Matthews, right? So I listened to that album back to front, and I was like blown away by it. And the second song on it is "Shake Me Like a Monkey," and The fucking horns on it are insane. The drumming on it is insane. I love his vocals and the guitar, like the arrangement. Like all of it is so good. You know. What do you think, Bill?
I think it's a wonderful, wonderful song. And I can't believe it's taken me 32 years until now, today, to actually listen to this song. It's a milestone for music in every form. It is an archetypal story
I feel like
of how a man became Dave, and then he also formed a band around his name that doesn't have an apostrophe, and we can't have an article in front of
You
his
can take
name.
that hat and shove it up your
The
face.
entire
Okay, because I was
song
wondering if this was sarcastic or not at first, and now I
sounds
realize.
like,
Yeah.
First off, how many people are in the band?
A lot.
Nine.
It sounds like 400 fucking people are in this band. It's so
I didn't think so.
all over the place, just nonstop. Whatever it sounds like. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like
Sounds like
the
very nuanced attention to
insane,
detail.
Thoughts of a schizophrenic, affective mind.
So
is
a
what
genius,
it sounds like.
like John Nash.
Yeah, like John Nash. It's a beautiful mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a beautiful mind.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
So you don't like the song?
This song is hot garbage.
Hot garbage?
It's just nonstop.
Listen to that horn section?
I listened. How could you not? The entire time, it never stops. Nothing ever stops in any Dave Matthews Band. I think that's the problem.
There's a lot to pay attention to. It's cool. You can
It's
literally
like
focus
the
on
Where's Waldo of music. It's so fucking
that's a
bad,
great
man.
description, dude.
You're trying to pay attention to one thing.
You
Forget
can't
it.
because you're getting
It's
distracted by all the other crazy
It's
shit.
all of
going
it
on.
at one time, and that's my problem with Dave Matthews. That and his lyrics don't really make sense. They're kind of like funny, like it's the '90s, but like it's kind of cute. I
It's
suppose
2009 that album, but it's okay.
nobody could have fucking told me
See-
that it was from anything else for the '90s. But like the whole point is that song and every other Dave Matthews Band song that I've heard. Please show me a one where it's just normal. I will listen to
His
it.
first single
What was his first single?
was that? You
Pretty sure
got
it was-
Crash.
No, Crash was later. Satellite. I'm pretty
So
sure was like
Crash
first
is
big
the one
single.
I'm thinking of, though.
Yeah, Crash is
Crash is the most, to me, one of the most simplest songs he has.
That song. If you had gave me that song, I'd been like, you know what?
You've
when
heard
I was,
that song already.
When
though.
I was in middle school, I was like, this song was pretty good.
Yeah, dude, that song was good.
It's a great album.
That
Crash
song- that
is
song's
boring
pretty
as
good.
fuck.
The song that you told me to listen to, this song,
Yeah. You don't like it either?
nope.
What is happening in the
It's
world?
like Rage
that we
Against-
can't appreciate. No, it's not.
Hang on, you
no,
didn't
no,
let me- you didn't let me
don't get. No,
finish.
you don't get to finish that statement. It's not anything like Rage Against the
It's like
Machine.
if you put Rage Against the Machine record and Casey and the Sunshine Band at the same time, different tempos, and then just let that play for
I get
4
what
minutes.
you're saying with that. It's the guitar riff. It's that da-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Yeah.
Da-la-la-la-la-la. You know what that riff, that same rhythm is?
What?
That's Primus's riff.
Thank you.
Diggity-diggity-dat, diggity-diggity-dat. Diggity-diggity-dat, diggity-diggity-dat.
That's like every.
the same.
That's like every metal song ever
No,
written.
bro. No, that the way he's playing, he doesn't have a lot of dominant electric guitar
Right.
in songs. In that song,
He does.
dude, when I first heard him play, the very first riff opening of that was that guitar riff. I was like, damn, this reminds me of like a Collective Soul ripoff.
Collective Soul, really.
Yeah.
I don't really know what you're talking about, but if you're bashing Dave Matthews, I'm mad.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so bashing, but it's like, I felt like he took too many. He took too many.
It's 1,000 didgeridoos all over again.
like I don't necessarily say genres, but like the guitar riff of this style and the horns of this style and the drumming of this style and the bass player of this style and the percussion of this style and the fucking whatever else member fucking whatever it is in this style, like, and it was just like write a riff around this riff and you write a riff around that riff and you play something around this, and it's like, God damn, by the time we're all done, it's like a whole different song. You know, like if you isolated every fucking thing, you'd never know that was playing with the rest
That's
of
No,
it.
what I
it's
wanna
dope. It
know
all
is-
has
it's-
a perfect
it's
piece.
like-
It's like a puzzle. It fits perfectly together.
I disagree, dude. I think
Chris,
it's too
this is where I
much
need Chris on
chaos.
this is where Chris gets
Too
a
much
microphone.
chaos.
This is where I need Chris to have a microphone because
Do you know what it is to feel like love? Yeah, the lyrics, because I was reading the lyrics and everything too, because I listened to it a couple of
lyrics.
times. No, they're wonderful.
Not one time did the lyrics catch me at all.
yeah.
I like the one where it's like, I wish you were a peanut butter jelly sandwich, but instead
He
I'll
said
lick your
that?
back or something like that.
What?
That's
That's in
pretty
the
dope.
song?
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
in the
a
song.
bridge section.
Shows you
yeah.
how much I. Dude,
It's
I
about banging, right?
Yeah. He wants
Is
to be
it?
he wants to be shaken like a monkey.
Dude's into some
I
weird
get
shit.
it. Lick your back to your belly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Just because it rhymes, don't put it in your song. That's a quote from Billy Bennett.
Who's written how many hits?
Trademark.
So shut up.
How many hits?
Yeah.
All I write is hits. I hit dingers, dude.
That nobody's heard
and I
before.
write bangers.
That nobody's heard before. All I'm saying is that Dave Matthews must be doing something right. 'Cause he's one of the highest grossing artists, or one of the highest touring grossing artists in the
It's
world.
because
Good
when you
for him.
play, when you
Good
have
for
a,
him.
when you see that live, that's a completely different element. That's a different monster.
It's
bro.
true. One of the best
That
bands I've
is
ever
a way.
seen live.
You can listen to an album a million times from Dave Matthews Band, and then you see them live. It is nothing the same.
Have you seen them live?
No, but I've watched a bunch of different videos. I'm just
Watched
saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying-
Just the way that the timing of you saying no is perfect.
Yeah,
No,
I was
but-
kind of excited because
you thought I was going somewhere with that. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, it wasn't going anywhere. I was just saying things.
Yeah. No, I've watched a bunch of videos of him live, and I know people who have seen him live, and I know the musicianship that him and every person in that band brings to the fucking table.
Yeah,
That I know for a fact that live show is probably unfucking real.
it is. I've seen it before. It's amazing. It just I don't know. Like that song to
It's
me,
a controlled chaos.
exactly. And if you like, I don't know. To me, like the only people that don't like Dave Matthews
Here we go.
are people that
Elitist.
aren't
All right, keep going.
fans of music.
Music.
That's it.
You like music so much, but you don't have a lot of time. Here we have Dave Matthews Band. If you want 4 genres all at once and just crazy lyrics, and he loves octaves, so you get the entire semitone range,
Yeah.
all 12 at once. You can listen to
Semitone range.
Davey and the Boys. How dare you make
The
me
only
listen to Dave
dude,
Matthews
the only
Band?
song
on
I
purpose.
know
How
from
dare
him
you.
is Crash.
You what?
Crash is the only song I do know from him.
Yo, man, I mean, so much to say.
I've seen other
What would you
songs and listened to
say?
other songs, but,
Satellite.
like-
He's got so many fucking hits, man.
Maybe
And
there's
Bust-
songs that I don't know the names of
Yeah,
that I probably have heard. You know what I mean? 7.
good.
What
that's
is
a
it?
great
movie.
song. That's
Morgan
an amazing.
Freeman,
It's off
Brad
that same
Pitt.
record. It's off that.
Well,
same
here's the thing: is
Bluegrass
I
King.
can't put that in my mind about what song that is.
That wasn't a hit song. I don't know why Chris put that up there. It's a great song, but it for sure wasn't a hit. That was off the Groovrux album though.
Dave Matthews Band is for guitarists that really love lyrics a lot. And I'll say that.
He does write great lyrics. I mean, Where Are You Going? What an amazing song.
I think anybody could
It's,
honestly,
but like it's just nonstop. Sorry.
even though I don't necessarily like his music that he writes, I can appreciate him.
Yeah.
I can appreciate the songs because I can appreciate the musicianship and the composition that probably went into the making of every song he has, dude. Like it's got to be so timely how long it probably takes to write a song for him.
Well, I can
You
I can accept that. This douchebag over here won't
up?
even give him doesn't even give him the
Them the
credit
credit?
of being talented. He just thinks that it's fucking noise.
I
Which
I guess I could throw him a bone on that. Like everybody's playing their instrument very well, but there's just 400 of you.
Right. So here's the thing: is like if you're a drummer, you can listen to him, and you're gonna listen to the drums, and you're gonna appreciate it because it's a really good drummer. If you're a lead guitar player, you can listen to him and listen to the lead guitar and be like, okay, that's a badass riff, and appreciate it. And vice. And,
I don't
and
like
an
Tim
instrument.
Reynolds, man. Tim Reynolds is their guitar player. I don't think he's a great I don't like the way he plays guitar.
But I'm just saying,
honestly.
as far as like with all the chaos going on,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter what you're into, or any genre that you're into. There's something in Dave Matthews that you can draw your attention to because there is so many things going on.
Yeah, and the songs are just very well written songs.
But it's just not for me.
Yeah, it's just not, and that's fine. You at least give them the credit they deserve.
I will give them the credit of how amazing musicians they are, dude.
This guy is stupid fucking hat over there, just like in
Go
that
fish.
flannel shirt, just likes to fucking hate on good music,
You know what Billy reminds
I'm not
me of?
hitting
I
on
just
good
realized
music.
this.
like a country version of Butters. I agree.
I'll take that.
No. You remember the fish that we had in the office? The big mouth Billy Bass?
yes, he is that.
It's big mouth
He's
Billy Bass,
bro. You are
It's
you're
Billy Bass.
that Billy Bass.
How you doing?
That's your new nickname, bro. Billy Bass.
You just sing some. What's the song that he sings from Cyrus? The Cyrus dude, Billy Ray Cyrus. Doesn't he sing a song when you press the button?
He plays "Throw Me Into the River."
Oh, is that what he plays?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would know that. So.
Yeah, I had one.
See?
I had one when I was a kid.
Of course you had
Oh, so
one.
the
I
man.
new
had
ones-
my treehouse.
Dude,
Yeah,
the
your
new ones play a second song.
What's the second song?
I can't remember.
Is it Billy Ray Cyrus?
I think it's don't shake the boat, or was it don't rock the boat, baby? Yeah.
Yeah, of course you would know that.
Yeah. I remember he played 2 songs.
I don't know. I don't remember.
So
Chris would be really
Way better
disappointed that
than
I
Dave
can't remember
Matthews.
this.
I'd fucking have those 2 playlists just going all day. Just those 2 songs.
I
on
would
the playlist.
hate to hear music through your ears. I
Why?
really would, because it sounds awful.
It sounds
Well,
like
maybe it's his ears.
It's
Yeah.
for sure. Well, it's his whole thing going on over there.
I'm
But,
not. I'm not hating on him to be cool. I just don't like his music.
okay.
I can appreciate that, dude, because I don't like his music
To
either.
eat.
But I
So-
appreciate it.
Yeah, to each their own.
So does it make it on the playlist?
No.
Am I?
Well, I don't know what else is on the playlist, so.
Well, it doesn't matter. If you like the song, you like it. It's
Yeah.
and your vote is yes. If you don't, then it's a no.
Nope.
You don't like it. What do you say, Bill?
Am I 6 feet underground?
Well, I guess that solves that problem. So, no good. No, I guess another pass on good music for the playlist. What are you gonna do? We're just gonna keep it all fucking LCD sound system and fucking I don't know what a Vampire Weekend or whatever else you listen to.
Sounds awesome.
What do you
fucking-
listen to, Billy?
That's it.
That's bullshit.
That's it.
That's not true.
Vampire Weekend?
And LCD sound system.
That's
What is
not
that?
true.
Oh, and
I don't
also
know who that is.
And also he likes a deep German house music.
That is true.
Which is-
I do like
What?
That. I love
Are you
Possibly-
serious?
100%.
Right. So again,
I don't
would
even
hate
know what
to
that
hear
even
music.
sounds like.
You don't need to know what it sounds
Kinda
like.
like-
It sounds like what you would listen to when you walk into like New York City in the fucking 70s with like fucking what's his like Andy Warhol and people like that, and you're just like
I see
what
what
is
you're saying.
happening
I
in the
can picture
world right
that.
now? It's just people talking over 4 on the floor, just saying random words.
I feel like from the way you describe it, it would be like I could see an Audi pull up and a bunch of Ivans pop out in
Yep.
Adidas tracksuits
1000%.
and leave their doors open, and what's playing is this doons, 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 and like
it's slower than
chugging
that, though.
vodka and like
It's a little less metal than that.
Yeah, and they're also probably taking ecstasy, not chugging vodka. But
Oh, okay.
but it's okay. I
Okay.
mean, but you're on the right track though. It is very similar to
okay,
that.
yeah, it's definitely something I
They-
would not be.
They all
into.
look very futuristic. They have stupid sunglasses on with tiny cell phones, and they have the worst attitude on the planet. They're terrible elitists when it comes to music because their music is actually terrible.
Maybe this also sounds like it would be in the scene of Wolf of Wall Street when Homeboy is so trashed on whatever drug he's doing.
Quaaludes.
Quaaludes, yeah, and he gets out of his Ferrari, and
Yeah.
the music that's playing in the background would be what that is.
Be a lot
With
of
a combination
lot
of-
of, Kraftwerk,
and
a lot
then-
of Tears for Fears, a lot of new World Order. Yeah, 100%.
And then put in
Wow.
a dash of Andy Warhol in there because it just doesn't make any sense. And then you're good to go.
Okay, musician pro tip: don't talk bad about Dave Matthews Band in front of a fucking lead singer / guitarist because it'll hurt.
It'll hurt your feelings.
It'll hurt their feelings.
I didn't realize
very
that
bad.
Billy had
It'll hurt
feelings.
your feelings.
I don't have feelings to hurt, but
Obviously, you've been the aggressor the entire time.
oh, we're doing that right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't make the list, I guess.
Like I said, am I a pile of ashes?
Yeah.
No, I'm alive, beating hard. I have.
There's
love.
a bear shit in the woods.
No.
So what else you listen
I'm
to,
out.
Bill? That was a question that Alan asked.
What else do I listen
Yeah.
to?
Yeah.
A lot lately. I've been listening to like just really chill hip hop. I've been really under that. People on the
Good.
stairs, fucking double
Good
K
stuff
all
right there.
day. I fucking love that.
Like, what do you when you say really chill hip hop? Like what?
Like because when you say hip hop now, it's got such a giant.
Umbrella.
Yeah, it's a giant fucking umbrella.
But like, I just like Flying Lotus is amazing. I fucking love the most like. I guess you could say hardcore version is probably Most Def. So anything below that,
good.
like PH level, is I love that shit.
You like
Conscious hip hop.
very
Yeah. Exactly.
right.
Yeah.
You like lyrical hip hop.
What do no? We call emo hip hop. That's what we call it. I like
yeah.
emo hip hop.
Yeah.
100% Midwest
Most
emo
Def
hip
does
hop.
not fall under emo hip hop.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's like fucking PH. We're getting close to acidic hip hop, but I'm more basic.
You're more basic.
Yeah.
See, I like
Chill.
my
Right now, anyways. That's what I'm listening
like
to.
my umbrella of hip hop is pretty diverse. I love stuff from like as simple as like I like a lot of underground hip hop.
Yeah.
And like the lo-fi, a lot of lo-fi
Yeah,
shit.
lo-fi stuff's cool.
You
too.
know what
Yeah.
I mean? So you get those you know, your older shit like your Eazy-E's and your Biggies and your Tupacs and you know what I mean, things like that, because every beat they did back then was like a lo-fi style beat. You know what I mean? I love that stuff, and it translates into more of the underground hip hop scene in like the Northwest area that I really really like.
Like atmosphere and like that.
I
group of people.
love
And Far
Atmosphere,
Side
bro.
and stuff like that.
Atmosphere is one of my favorite hip hop artists ever, dude.
Yeah, I mean like the wordplay.
Oh, dude, it's
It's like,
unreal.
it's
But it's
insane.
it's his music too, though, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Like the way that they are doing music, and there's a dude called POS. You ever heard of POS?
Mm-mm.
So he was on the same label as Astronautilus, which is Rhyme Sayers,
Okay.
for a while, and he's the same way, dude. He's very Astronautilus, very lyrically driven, so amazing, but musically, this dude's doing a snare roll the entire time in a song. That's the whole beat, is the way he's doing the snare.
Yeah.
And he's like rapping on top of it. Like, dude, you're just like, did the homeboy just rap on a snare roll for 3 minutes? Dude?
Yeah.
Like, is that for real? But it's sick.
Yeah. There's so much amazing hip hop out there, man. I mean, there's like, it's a shame that what gets publicized is the bullshit that's on the radio right now.
Oh,
elitist thing right now. All I'm trying to say is the music that I like is cool, and
It's not cool.
It is cool, and the music that you like has to be extremely complicated, and if you don't understand
What
it,
is it that you
fuck
like
you.
musically that puts you in side hustle, though?
That I can play piano, and
Yeah.
there's one of three of us in the whole fucking city, and I'm available.
Yeah.
Oh, got
Pretty-
it.
that's
So it's not
pretty-
even that you enjoy side hustle. You just are doing it because you're the only keyboard player.
I like
to
it.
do
I like it because it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Straight up.
Well,
Wait,
it's
would you listen to side hustle?
Mm-hmm.
that's a really good question. I
I
love
mean,
that question. Actually.
I'm just saying, just based off of your music preferences and things like that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. If you told me you played in side hustle
dude.
playing keyboard, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like. But if you told me your music playlist and it was like, oh yeah, I play in side hustle, I'd be like, nah, bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
I don't
totally.
fucking believe that one fucking bit.
Well, you listen to the piano parts in Side Hustle, you'd be like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
No, I do. I have. I was the song y'all posted the other day. That's like a little teaser video or whatever it was. The video. It's got some hardcore synth in that motherfucker.
Oh, it was like a little bit.
Destitute.
It was Destitute? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's one that I wrote.
and I was like, them keys, bro. Them keys are strong.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
There's
But I would never know that's you based off of your music preference.
That's just one part of it. Like, I like a big variety of music.
yeah. I just,
Oh,
like to
okay.
I just like to give. Him
I'm just saying,
shit.
like, what I'm talking. Yeah, he's just like, this is all you listen to is LCD Sound System.
Yeah.
James Murphy's the guy. He was just on SNL on Saturday, by the way.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, it wasn't that great, but whatever. But I love all indie rock stuff. I love stuff that has soul to it, or it's not
He doesn't
about
like blues though.
It's about it. That's not necessarily true. I'm just trying to say it's not all about the musicianship. It's about the feeling that you get from
Oh
music.
no, I get that.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm trying
for
to
sure.
say.
Yeah.
If it doesn't make me feel amazing and good or like
Right.
something about it, then I'm probably gonna. I'll like appreciate like, oh, this is like an incredible, very complicated. I know that it's very hard to play
Right,
this,
right.
but it doesn't get me every time.
But the thing, so
that does it for you.
But it's one of the things that does it. So this is
That's all of it.
No, so this is where him and I like our conflict comes from, because like I don't like there's music that makes me just feel something, right? If I listen to like blues, or if I listen to like old soul, you know, like O.V. Wright and stuff like that, or if I listen to you know, or like just any of the Beatles stuff, and that's my favorite band of all time. Like, it's not about the complexity.
The
for
Beatles.
me.
Oh, we did have this conversation.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
did have
yeah.
this conversation. I was about to be surprised. I was like, wait, nope.
Yeah,
I remember.
But like there's a lot of like all of hip hop really is pretty not complex, right? Like, there's a lot of stuff that's not complicated that makes you feel something, right? And then there's the stuff that's like beyond that is complicated, that makes me feel a different way, right? It doesn't hit me in the soul. Like if I listen to like, you know, Charlie Parker, okay, like that doesn't hit me in the same way that listening to like, you know, Derek Trucks like just fucking hits me, right?
Yeah.
But I listen to it and it hits me on like a cerebral level. I'm like, God fucking damn it, man, that was so good.
Yeah.
Like that just like that was so like whatever happened in that moment right there, the interaction between what Charlie was playing and the rest of the band, like there was there was something that happened right there.
I think
And
that's
that-
why fucking Wolfpack is like fucking king of it. In the Venn diagram of them two together.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is. It's just like it's complex enough for fucking elitist musicians like yourself, like what to really, really like, and then like for the cool kids that actually just like to get down and dance at shows, like we fucking love it too. And then
I like
we
how
can
he throws
both
that in.
we can
Yeah,
both
it's
like hang out together and pretend that we're not complete separate entities. You
And,
know what I mean?
and that's and I think that's where like our dynamic works is because we're so different.
Yeah.
And it kind of forces, but we do
Otherwise,
have some.
it's gonna be Dave Matthews the whole time.
It would not be that.
Well,
but,
dude, I will tell you who is really good at that, at the whole like craziness going. Spore is really good, bro.
Oh yeah, I love
They're-
Spore, man.
Yeah, they're the best at fucking
Dude.
at live shows and
Dude,
everything.
so those
Without
dudes,
being crazy complicated. You know what I mean?
but every time I've seen them as a 4-piece, and then I've also seen them now as the 7-piece.
Yeah.
And let me tell you what, dude, the 7-piece,
Oh, it hits
that
different.
is a whole different level, dude.
We just played with them at Dunedin a few months ago with the
Yeah.
7-piece
Amazing.
band. It was like, they
You're
fucking
just like-
crushed it.
Wow, dude. But the difference between them and Dave Matthews is every musician is playing to the top tier of their ability. Every fucking song, every fucking time.
I don't
Right.
agree with that statement, but
But-
that's okay.
But like in Spore, I feel like they are playing, like the whole band knows when to like back off and enhance Alex, and back off or enhance Joe.
Right.
Back off and enhance Steve. You know what I mean?
Well, they've
Like,
been playing together for so long, man.
Right.
And it's all about jamming and building the
Yes.
moment, you know. And they're very good at jamming, and furthermore, they're very good at jamming with each other, right?
the chemistry that they all have together is
Greasy.
yeah.
Greasy.
But that, I just feel like as far as like what you're describing, you know what I mean? Like Spore is that, dude. They hit at that level that you want. You know what I mean? They hit at the level that you want.
Yeah.
Like they hit the level that I want. You know what I mean? I feel like Spore is one of those bands that I feel like no matter what genre or what style of music you like, you're gonna fucking like Spore.
Yeah,
bro.
totally. You can definitely get into it. It's a party
Dude,
for sure.
Dude, they got the little hip hop parts. They got some heavier parts. They got this. They got the jam. They got the leads. They got the keys. They got the fucking synths and the sounds and dude, but it's managed so well, dude.
Yeah, totally,
So
man.
well.
I mean, they're amazing, man. They're amazing, and but that's you know ultimately like, I think that it's good to have those kind of that diversity in what you like. You know what I mean? Like the reason why what we do works so well is like also is we are that different, but we also have like similar personalities in the way that like we have a very direct way of communicating to each other.
Yeah.
And it works. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's how relationships work. Open communication.
Yeah. So anyways, but it's hilarious you asked that question. If you would listen to Side Hustle music, I would listen to Side because I genuinely like the songs that we play, whether it's his song,
I
my
genuinely
song.
listen
I'm
to
real
my
proud of
band
it.
songs. My band, if it was not my band, I would still listen to them
Exactly. I think
because
it's
I
important.
enjoy it that
Yeah.
much. Why would I write something that I don't enjoy playing?
Exactly. Or that you don't enjoy listening to.
Right,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with you on that. All right, so let's talk about Grind Time and Together We Print. What we looking at, Bill?
I was just trying to. I was looking over the flowers over there. Keep talking.
Okay. Yeah. So how did this all come together? And you can talk about that while I'm gonna grab a drink. Does anybody want another drink?
Nope.
All right. So we're back after the bathroom break.
Yeah, sorry.
And
I had to go bad.
It's all good. I had to refill my drink anyways, so trying to get fucking hammered
Yeah,
tonight.
got me another glass. I appreciate the
Hospitality.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a good word.
Sometimes I can't think about what I'm trying to say, but I know what I'm trying to say.
I feel you.
C'est rien, monsieur.
That's Spanish for
It's
welcome
not-
back.
It's nothing. The French and the Spanish, they both say the same thing. They say de nada, the French say c'est rien, which means there's nothing too.
De nada is just like, but yeah, it's more like thank you though.
And in America, you say no problemo.
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about Grind Time and Together We Print. So how did you guys get involved in the printing industry?
So Chris and I had been friends since like ninth grade. We were both on the high school drum line, and immediately became really good friends. Both loved same music, going to shows, this and that, and so we've always just had a really good relationship. Fast forward, 15 fucking years, and we're rekindle, not to say rekindle our fun, but we start hanging out a lot more. He joins the Black Creek Bastards with me. We move in the Adversaries together. I mean, we just stay with the whole time. And one day he was talking about screen print, and I was like, yeah, dude, I worked for Stitches and Screens like when I was like 18, 19 years old, screen printing, washing screens, like doing whatever else. And he's like, man, that's crazy because, like, I want to start a screen printing company, and like it'd be pretty cool, man, to print all of our own stuff. And I'm like, yeah, dude, that shit would be dope. I'd love to do that. He didn't say, he wasn't like asking me to join or anything. I was just like voicing my opinion, like, yeah, dude, that would be awesome. And then more and more, the conversation just kept going and going and going until finally we just like, fuck it, let's fucking do this. And at the time I was at Tire Kingdom, and in the almost 10 years I was there, I was like the number one salesperson in the entire Southeast region. I mean, you're talking like a lot of states, bro. And I got awards and rings, and like, bro, I could sell ice to an Eskimo.
You're moving rubber.
Bro, I could sell, dude. There's nothing. I could sell y'all. I could sell you something that you already own.
You sell me this guitar?
That doesn't make
Bro,
any
I could.
sense.
Oh yeah,
I could.
I want to see it happen.
Don't put me on the spot like
Yeah,
that, bro. Yeah. No, but like I'm a really good salesman, and that was one of the main things that I brought to the table with Grind Time, and that was one of the main reasons that Chris wanted to go ahead and move forward with me. Not only because I had minimal experience doing it and knew some knowledge, but because I could sell like a motherfucker, bro. And we just started it, and man, and originally we weren't going to necessarily like start it to have a business. We were trying to print all of our own band stuff. You get merch from somebody and you're just like, God damn, it's a lot of fucking money, dude. It's a fucking ripoff or whatever. And it's like, why are we paying all these prices when we could save some money and just do it ourselves? Let's print all our own fucking merch. Let's have the baddest fucking merch spread anybody's ever seen. Okay, let's do it. So we did. And then very quickly, friends knew we had a fucking screen printing press and was like, yo, can you print us these? Yo, can you print us these? Yo, how about you print? My dad needs some shirts for his business. Can you make that happen? Like, all right, fuck it. let's fucking. And then it just kind of never fucking stopped, and just scaled up and scaled up and scaled up and took off. And it kind of is what it is now. You know what I mean? And we're not done yet, dude. I mean, we're going back to Furnace Fest this year as a vendor, and we got a big Grind Time event coming up in the summertime. For this, I don't want to necessarily say, you know what it is, right? Like our whole thing that we're doing when we go to Furnace Fest.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to like spill the beans yet.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? And I'll explain to you what it is.
Oh, thanks.
I don't want to leave you in the dark.
No, that's right. I know what's up.
But we got some big things, and we have a lot of big plans for next year, dude. Like really big plans that we're trying to work on. And like during the pandemic, at the first of it, they didn't really announce anything as far as for America till like February. You know what I mean? February, March. And in that year, in 2019, February was the busiest month we have, I think to this day, still have ever had. Ever. And it was like January was super busy, and then February was even busier. And then it was announced. And then March, we didn't really get hardly any more orders except for finishing up everything that didn't get done in February. We were still busy for the entire month of March. We were like, wow, dude, like we could really do something with this. You know what I mean? But when everything kind of stopped and really, really slowed down, we're like, well, what do we do? Like, well, fuck, let's fucking start a podcast, dude. I'm like, well, what do we fucking call it, dude? Because like everybody already took the cool names. Like there's shit like people's like trademarked like Prince Not Dead and fucking this and that, and you're like, damn, these names are cool as fuck. Like, what do we do to set ourselves apart? We're like, fucking together we print, dude. Because it's like, it's a podcast because it's not just me and Chris. It's like together, like everybody. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you're hearing what we have to say and you're listening and tuning in and fucking. So it was great, dude. When we came up with the name, I was like, wow, that's fucking cool. Googled it, searched it. Nobody had anything with like together we print, you know? So it was like, tight, we're going to do this. And we just stuck to a fucking schedule, dude. I mean, just like you guys do. You guys have a schedule y'all do this on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, dude. And
Tuesdays are for podcasts.
every Tuesday?
Yeah.
Every Tuesday.
That's when we record anyways.
Hashtag Tuesdays are for podcasts.
Yeah.
So ours is every other Friday.
Every other Friday.
It's pretty good.
Or now if now I will say like now
Sorry.
if Chris has to go out of town a weekend that we would normally have a podcast or something, or I gotta go in town, or one of us has something going on, we move it up to where it's like Friday and then Friday. You know what I mean? And then we have the next Friday off. But
Right.
it's every week or every other week that we're shooting, and it's been, you know, almost, you know, 2 years now since, you know, March, April, May, something like that.
Of 2020?
2019.
2019?
So you
Or-
start. So when you started the
2020,
podcast.
right?
Oh, is that when was 2020 when pandemic started?
2019 was
Oh,
like
no, 2020. I'm sorry.
butterflies and
2020.
Yes.
happiness, and then
Yes,
2020 was
20
just, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
2020. I'm pandemic. Dude, I feel
Yo.
like we've been living in it for 10 years already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear
That's,
you.
But-
that's exactly when we started, too, though.
Yeah.
That's serious. We had the same exact story, like,
Yeah.
to the T.
We started it, dude, 2020, right at the beginning of the pandemic, dude. Was like, all right, cool. We're just gonna fucking hang out, fucking rock the casting couch vibe. Very similar to what we are doing right now.
This is
Yeah.
not a casting couch.
Our other
Why do
setup was a
people think
casting
that's
couch,
the
though.
case? It's not a casting couch.
Our other setup was a casting couch though. That was a casting
No,
couch.
this
It was
is
just
no,
a
that's a
couch.
joke, obviously, but like this, believe it or not, this couch is really fucking comfortable, bro.
It's IKEA, so you know.
It's
yeah.
Swedish comfort.
Swedish Comfort.
Swedish.
Is IKEA a Swedish company?
Are you kidding me?
No.
I'd have no idea. I'd
I
love
don't-
to know the answer to that.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
don't-
is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah,
is
like,
everyone
yeah.
going to know about that?
Everybody knows that.
That's a good
Have
thing.
you ever been to
Oh, I
IKEA before? And
I
No.
have, but I've never bought anything.
But you see all the names of everything, and it's all like Jorgen,
Nope.
Norben, or Norgen.
I've never been to IKEA before.
Well, that's obvious.
I have only went because my ex-girlfriend was like, "You need a dresser." I'm like, "No, I don't. I'm cool with this fucking
Baskets.
baskets." You know, like I don't fucking care. So like on Christmas, I got like a fucking badass 6-drawer fucking all black fucking dresser from her one year. I mean, we're not together now, but like
Still got that dresser though.
I still got that dresser though, bro. But that's the only time I've ever seen anything that I've ever personally owned from IKEA. But I didn't go out and get it. I didn't fucking know the name of it.
It's not something to brag about. It's like the cheapest shit you can buy, and then they ship it to you in parts, and you put it together.
Oh, dude,
like
yeah, I
a-
had to put the whole
a-
fucking thing together. I was super
grown-up
disappointed about it.
Legos.
I was like, cool, a dresser that is in a fuck ton of pieces.
Yeah.
I like putting it together.
Oh,
though.
so no, fuck that.
I love it. I could do it all day.
I hate that
really?
shit.
You know, there's jobs for that.
I know. I'm thinking about it.
You could go get a job at IKEA building
I just
shit.
don't. I don't.
likes
I
to
don't
fold
want to.
clothes,
I don't
too.
want to move to
You like
Scandinavia.
that? You like folding clothes?
I do. I have weird like little like things that like I would be a really good like machinist or something like that. Like
Or a
things that are
maid?
like repetitive and
Or a
like,
maid.
what?
Or a maid.
A maid? A nanny?
Maid? I don't
Yeah.
like no, not,
You
not
clean
like
people's
that.
houses and do all their laundry?
No,
and
because
all
I'm
that?
not like I don't like cleaning things or what stuff like that.
Oh, it's just folding. Do you like mowing the grass?
love mowing the
I
grass.
fucking knew it,
That's my
bro.
favorite.
I
I
hate
fucking
that
knew
shit, bro.
it.
I can't. That's the only.
You know
good
what
part
it
about
is?
summer.
I'll tell you what it is, bro. You like the satisfaction of seeing a finished product.
Yeah.
You like to see it a fucking mess beforehand.
Yes.
And when you're done, it's fucking.
And then just like
You're just like,
But he-
God,
but he doesn't
yeah.
like. But he doesn't like being in the recording studio though.
no, I don't like being in the recording studio with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I can understand.
No,
that, though.
I have that same thing. I mean, I don't love mowing the grass or fucking folding laundry,
Love it.
but like I do have that, you know, mindset. I enjoy seeing something done where I've, you know,
Yeah, that's what I used to
it-
do. Is I would mow the lawn and be all sweaty and gross and have a beer and smoke a cigarette on my balcony.
you
I'm
felt
like,
so complete.
I
Didn't you?
fucking did this.
You felt like
and
the
look
baddest
around.
motherfucker ever.
Yeah.
I knew it, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like that's a thing though.
I
You know
felt
what
like
mean?
Mel Gibson after making a chair in The Patriot. I was just like, yeah, finally did it.
The
Yeah.
first one or the final one?
The Patriot?
The chair.
Oh.
You know how many chairs he went through,
Yes,
remember?
I did. The last
okay.
one.
Okay.
Heath Ledger dies, spoiler, and that was kind of sad, but it was a good movie.
It's a great movie.
Great fucking movie.
Anyways.
That joke hits. That joke hits on several levels. Actually, it's a good joke.
Sorry.
So, well,
Anyway.
I knew that was kind of like how, like, if you like folding laundry, I fucking knew that you were
yeah.
mowing the grass.
Mowing
kinda
the
guy.
grass.
It's just it's.
You also like washing your car, don't you?
No. I don't like cleaning.
He doesn't like cleaning
I don't like
things.
cleaning
Oh,
things.
so not cleaning. You like finished products of anything but cleaning.
Yeah, building this. I was just like, fuck yes. And I was
Cleaning,
Oh, okay.
super
cleaning
stoked about it.
requires a little creativity, right? Because you got to figure out how to do something.
Right.
Like when there's a direct.
You saying Billy has no creativity?
What I'm saying is that Billy likes to. He's a real input output kind of guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like here's the exact way you do this.
Yeah.
Do that.
And I'm going to be the fastest and the best at it.
Yeah, totally,
Yeah.
totally.
There's nothing wrong with that, dude.
Nothing wrong with
The
it.
world
Tetris.
needs people like you.
Fucking
Totally.
Tetris all day.
People like me
can-
need people like you.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Keep you in fucking
Captain,
line.
my captain.
Forward. I didn't say that. I didn't say Robin Williams. I said fucking
Captain Kirk.
William Shatner. But they both have a William in there.
All right. Anyways, back to the Together We
So
Print.
am I.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
this is
yeah,
my
we-
podcast.
We did it. We did a couple seasons, and then we kind of, as business started picking back up and the country started opening back up, we started getting a little bit busier again, and kind of neglected the podcast. And by this time, we decided we were on season 3, and we were like 2 episodes in, maybe 3 at most, and didn't come back to it for like 2 or 3 months. And then we were like, well, fuck, when we come back, we can't pick up the rest of season 3. Fuck it, season 4, here we go. Welcome back to the Together We Print podcast, you know? And it's like, nobody gave a fuck. Nobody cared. I think our first season had like 10 to 12. Second episode had like 6 to 8. Third one had like 2. Fourth one had another like 8. You know, we're on season 5 right now. That's not really a lot of episodes. You tell somebody you got 5 fucking seasons of that fucking podcast, they're like, God damn, bro, you guys are really putting in fucking work, huh? You know? And I'm just like, well, not really, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's fucking, but it's perception.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we love it, dude. And we were featured on a screen printing podcast blog.
Nice.
It was like top 15 screen printing podcasts you need to listen to, and we were like number 3.
Hell yeah.
Wow,
And I was
good.
like, wow, that's crazy, dude. Within like an hour and a half of our podcast, only like 10 minutes of screen printing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, if you've listened to it, which I'm pretty sure you have, right?
Yeah, totally.
Have you listened to it?
I've watched it.
Yeah. So it's like, first 10 minutes, dude, you're talking about fucking screen printing, and then the rest of it, we're just like, artist spotlight, guests, food news, music news, fucking banter, bullshit.
So how much has the podcast evolved from when you first started doing it? Was it always like that? Or?
No, it by the end of the first, it took a few episodes to kind of really feel. One day, Chris was just like, "Yo, I want to add something else in." So he Googled like food news. These are just random things. Just like, I'm gonna Google some food news. Let's see if we talk about that. I'm gonna Google some fucking music news. Fuck it, I don't fucking know. Whatever. And then one day we all came to the conclusion like, man, have y'all seen this screen print? I'm like, yeah, we should talk about that person on the podcast. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. And then it was like, man, did you find anybody else to fucking talk about on the podcast? I was like, no, should I? I was like, yeah, let's do like an artist spotlight. All right, cool. Yeah, let's fucking do that. And then when Cody was still with us behind the scenes, as like your guys do, you know, he had his own artist spotlight. And he'd be like, this is mine. And we talk about that person. Chris would talk about somebody he found. I'd talk about somebody I found. You know, I mean, it was a giant fucking segment. And it was like, we realized real quickly, like 3 fucking artists is kind of hard to come by. Like when you realize you're like scrolling through and like trying to find something that you purposely like it's too much. We'll just do one, you know. And then, but people really, really gravitated, and we thoroughly, him and I ourselves, enjoyed the banter when it came to the food news and music news because it was very similar to like y'all's chemistry. You know what I mean? In food news, it'd be something that
What's food news?
Oh, bro, food
what the
news.
hell is that?
It could be anything, dude. It's anything, dude. You just type in food news or trending food news. on Google, right? And there'll be all these different websites you click on.
Is
like,
it about food?
it absolutely
Okay.
is about food.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes. And I mean, it could be like, oh, Rice Krispies is coming out with a cotton candy flavored fucking Rice Krispie treat. And you're like,
That's headline
holy
news.
shit, right? I mean, some people, yeah, it is, right? And where Chris is like, I would totally eat this. And I'm like, that sounds like fucking hot garbage. Like, I would not fucking eat that, bro.
Okay,
That sounds
alright.
like shit. Like, I would not eat it, And we laugh and we bullshit back and forth about it. And then there are 2 or 3 other things that we talk about with food. And then there's same thing we do with food or with music news. It's whatever's trending musically. Like, so-and-so did this. Or, like, we talked about the Super Bowl halftime show. And then we talked about fucking whatever bullshit Kanye is going through. Or fucking anything, dude. Whatever is the hot shit or we think is cool. Or we talk about different artists who's got albums dropping that week or that month or fucking day. Or
You guys put that in your tags on YouTube and stuff like that? Like
No, we don't.
No?
No. I don't know why.
Be a good idea to help with visibility, especially if they're trending topics, keywords and stuff.
That is, yeah, maybe. Well, maybe he does. I don't never look at our descriptions
Yeah,
on
yeah.
YouTube. So, like, Chris uploads everything. So, maybe he does. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. So have you guys noticed like an uptake in your viewership since you started
Yes.
doing the music stuff and the food stuff?
Well, we've kind of been doing it since season 1.
Okay.
It was like halfway into season 1 that all these things kind of just worked and it vibed real well. And we just have always just adopted them ever since, and never stopped. So it's hard to say that we've seen something grow from that because it was so quickly into the motif of what we were doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you ever get any pushback from listeners that are just there to hear about printing? Has anybody ever commented?
Never.
Or just never. Everyone's
Never.
into it.
No, because it's like, just like we are here, it's like very authentic and it's real. It's not forced. It's not bullshit. You know what I mean? So you can tell when somebody is thoroughly enjoying what they're doing and they're thoroughly having a good time, and I feel like that's part of the podcast, feel is like, you can tell like we're having a good time. We're enjoying ourselves. We're talking with you and we're fucking doing these things. And it's like, when you're listening to that, you're like, you don't even realize if you're a screen printer, the screen printing conversation is already over. Because
Right.
you're so tuned in to like what's going on.
Right.
Like, you genuinely enjoy listening to these people. Doesn't matter what the fuck they could be talking about. We're talking about fucking catnip fucking varieties. You're like,
Right.
catnip varieties? Like, what? I want to hear what the fuck they're talking. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's crazy shit, dude. And it's always worked. And another thing that's helped us grow with that is anytime we had like an artist spotlight that was somebody new every time, I'll send them a message from our Instagram and be like, hey, just so you know, dude, like, or people, whoever you are, like, we featured you on our podcast, Together We Print, on any platform you want, as our artist spotlight, where we feature an artist that we think is doing some cool shit. So go check it out on this date, and you'll be able to you'll hear us talk about you. And a lot of times they'll fucking share that shit as soon as it drops, and they're fucking tagging it, like, yo, check this shit out. I was on a fucking podcast. And like, for us, it's so small and minimal, but like to somebody else, when it's like, you were featured on a podcast, that means the world, dude. And it seems so much larger than what it really probably is. You know what I mean?
Totally.
We're just some local dudes here in fucking town, just like you guys, doing a little podcast that we think is enjoyable. But in the grand scheme of things, you don't realize like how much bigger that is. So for these people to be featured on it, it's like, man, my hard work's paying off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally, man.
So it's just, we've just developed this thing, and it has grown every fucking season. It's gotten more and more and more popular.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, good for you, man.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Hell yeah.
My brain's just cogs right now, thinking about like all these different segments and stuff that you're talking about and things.
But you guys are doing it too, though. You have you
Sure,
have
sure.
different segments.
I was just thinking about more of like what you said about how the subject matter usually is the initial thing, and then it just evolves into basically whether or not you have a good personality.
Yeah.
I mean,
You try-
realistically, dude.
Is that is that like a jab at me?
Not at all.
But dude, here's the thing: when you're listening to a podcast, though, you are listening to it because the phrase on it caught your eye, right? You're like, oh, fucking whatever the subject is or whoever they're listening
Yeah.
to, it caught your eye when you're scrolling
Yeah.
through YouTube. You're like, I want to hear what the fuck he's got to say about it. And then you end up developing this need to know more of what this person is and wanting to know more about this person without even realizing it, because now you're going to go do that again to see anything else that they're fucking talking about that might be fucking cool. And then you go back and you're like, as you keep going and going and going and going, you're like, dude, I fucking love these dudes, dude. They're so fucking funny, or they're so fucking genuine, and they fucking, like, they don't give a fuck. Like, you end up fucking loving it shit, dude. So it doesn't matter what the fuck you're talking about at that point.
Yes, the personality, yeah.
Yes, dude. It's exactly what it comes down to. To have a good podcast, you have to have a fucking awesome personality.
Yeah, totally.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think you guys are doing a really fucking awesome thing here with Bottom of the Bill. Like,
What a nice guy.
I mean, no, genuinely, dude. Like, y'all's personalities do very well. It's you know what I mean.
Like
Left
the
and
Odd
right.
Couple or
It's
something.
fucking hot and cold. It's you know what I mean, and it's very similar to what me and Chris have, dude.
Totally.
And I feel like when you have that, it brings something totally different than as you've just like Joe Rogan and a guest, or so and so and a fucking guest. It's like cool, but like, do you guys really know each other? Because when you know each other, it's a whole different fucking vibe, bro.
Yeah, totally.
When
And
you
sometimes,
shared a bed with somebody for 4 years, yeah.
yeah, that actually happens.
What? Wait, what?
When we're on the road, him and I are the ones that share a bed together, and then Aaron and Sean share a bed together.
Y'all choose bunkmates?
Yeah, it just makes things easier.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Aaron.
You don't want to mix and match.
Oh my god.
You just don't. Just pick it. Just pick it, and that's the fucking card you drew.
What happens if you get in a fucking argument that day and you're like, go fuck yourself? And
It
you're
happens just about every single
Every
time.
single fucking
Every
day.
single
Have you
day it
met us?
happens. So
like, and it's like, fuck it, we're just going to bed
This
back
is
to
what it
back.
is.
Like, whatever.
This
Or
is what
whatever,
it
whatever.
is.
Or
whatever
thanks for a little.
No, that
Oh my
100%.
Bill, you gotta keep that low, bro.
I've
We
never,
talked about
dude,
this.
all the
Whatever,
tours that
whatever.
I've been on, all the
The
tours
secrets
I've
of
ever been
Ramadan.
on, never once have I ever chose a bunkmate.
Really,
Never.
it just happens.
You just pull straws?
Yeah, like, how does it work?
No. So, like, when I was in Words and Red, you know, the hardcore band, metalcore band from back in the day, we had a van. My bass player bought a van that had the front driver and passenger, and that had 2 captain's chairs, and then it was completely empty, right? So we built a bunk bed inside of it, so you could be on the bottom, or you had a queen size bed on top.
Sounds
To
dope.
say, and we only had a very, very, very tiny trailer. We could barely fit just our fucking gear in there. So you weren't putting bags and fucking clothes and all that shit, merch and all that shit wasn't in there. So on the bottom we had merch and all of our fucking bags and a cooler and fucking whatever else necessities. And then up top is where you fucking slept. So we would take driving shifts, right? And that's what we chose partners on. If I was driving and I chose you as my stay awake partner, everybody else is sleeping. You got 2 guys in the captain's chairs and 2 guys up on the bunk bed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then who got to sleep in the bed next was whoever drove last. You know what I mean? So then if it was like, now you 2 guys are fucking driving and staying awake, well, you'll get the bed the next night. You know what I mean? So you're
Right.
driving, good night sleep, captain chair sleep. Driving, good night sleep, captain chair sleep.
Right,
You
you
know what I mean?
alternate,
So
yeah.
we just took rotations like that. It wasn't like we never fucking parked to go to sleep. We always had, for some reason, fucking stupid ass long drives. Almost every fucking tour. It's like a fucking 8 to 10 hour drive.
Yeah, that
Now we could have
happens.
just stayed there and got up the next morning and left, but us being young and punctual, we fucking would rather just drive all night, less traffic, bullshit, whatever,
Well, then you get to rest.
and get to where you're going, and then you have the rest of the day to fucking
chill,
hang
chill,
out.
You know? Yeah, totally. That's a big thing. Driving all day, especially if you're doing. Once you hit that 4-hour mark, I feel like
Well, imagine driving fucking 12 hours, and now you got to play a fucking show, and you're fucking
Oh.
exhausted. That's stupid.
I know. I've
when you
done
can be
it,
fully
bro.
refreshed.
Who made your
And fucking
tour,
play.
dude?
Oh, we did.
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
Yeah, I mean,
so.
no, but I've
It's ridiculous.
I've had the same experiences though. You get I've been there's been times where we would play not in side hustle, but like where we would play a gig and then we'd be done with the gig and we have a fucking 10-hour drive.
That shit
And it's like,
sucks.
bro, load in the next night is at fucking 7 p.m. So we actually have to leave right now.
Right.
So we drive overnight, and then you have co-pilot, and you have the person running
it.
it, You have one person holding the map plus the fucking GPS up
Yep.
here, and then you have the two guys sleeping in the back, and then the next time it gets
And your
alternated.
fucking passenger driver is your fucking, that's your music guy. You
Yeah.
got to it doesn't, everybody else in the back's opinion does not fucking matter.
Yeah.
It's the two guys up front.
Yeah.
Control fucking everything. Control when we stop for bathroom. Control when we stop to eat.
Well,
Control when we fucking.
you haven't traveled side hustle. Aaron's got to
Oh,
take a
God.
bathroom break every fucking 30
Hey,
minutes.
That's personal.
I'm just joking. Aaron,
Dude,
he's
30
great, but
minutes.
I'm not. I'm just fucking around. It's not that
Well,
bad.
we kept fucking gallon jugs in our cups with them badass lids that if you had to fucking piss, you fucking ran to the back and you fucking pissed and you fucking chunked that shit out the fucking window.
Yeah.
You know
Way
what
of the
I mean?
road, bubs.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever played Van Wars?
What's
Van
that?
Wars?
Oh, so y'all have not.
I
Is
don't
that
even
on the
never even
road
heard of
game?
that.
It is.
What is that?
It's when you're touring with a friend's, another band. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
Two bands.
And you just fucking it's kind of like you fuck with each other nonstop.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like we had times that you ride by and you open up the van door and you're fucking mooning them and you're like, so simple as that, like childish, whatever. And then the next one, it's like, I don't know, if you just fucking you came out to eat and there was fucking chocolate cake smeared across your fucking window and you're like, God
Yeah.
damn it. You know what I mean? Got me. They got me. You know what I mean? You didn't even see him come in and go. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, or we came out one time and our whole van was fucking saran wrapped shut. Like we had to cut all the saran wrap off
That would
to get in.
piss me off. Oh
No,
my
but
God.
that's the whole point, though,
Yeah,
dude.
it's-
Why would saran wrap piss you off? It's not even saran wrap.
I know. It's just the fact that you have to cut it off that would piss me off. Like, God damn, you just added another 10 seconds to my day.
We, you know, and like that, you piss in a cup and you know they're behind you and they're like,
That's hilarious.
you know,
Throw
and you're
golf
like,
balls out the window,
you're like,
man.
boom, and you're like, you get to the rest stop and you're like, dude, did y'all see that fucking thing of water hit our van? And they're like,
Yeah.
water? You're
Yeah.
like, fucking, like, it's just throw a firecracker in their fucking van. You know what I mean? When they're fucking going down the road. Like, dude,
That's
like,
assault, brother.
yeah.
That's wild.
These are things that we've done.
That's
you know what I mean?
wild.
It's van wars, bro. It's not
Yeah.
fucking
Not
fuck
for
with
the
each other
weak.
until somebody's a fucking pussy about it. It's like we're fucking warring, right?
Yeah.
You know?
That's fucking wild.
We went to a mall and this was the final. I had to call it quits after this. So we were on tour with Harlow. I don't know if you know who they were. They were a Jacksonville like metalcore band back when we were. Connor, the owner of Archetype,
Yeah.
Yeah.
was in Harlow. He
Yeah,
had a
that's how I
guitar
know
and
that.
sang.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
gotcha.
So, you know, touring with all those dudes and shit. We were doing it. We went to the mall, and one of the guys from Harlow, their merch guy, Jason Caruso, we call him J. Crew. He left early and like went out to the van and like I don't remember how he got our keys or how he got into the van, but like filled our entire windshield wiper bottle full of fucking piss.
There you go.
The whole thing, bro, right? So nothing's said, nothing's done. We get down the road and like he goes back in, and as we're all as a group walking back out, he's like takes his drink and like smashes it on the windshield. He's like, motherfuckers, knowing what he's doing because we're
Yeah.
gonna have to use the
Yeah.
fucking shit. And we're like, what a fucking motherfucker. And you crank it up and it's fucking bubbling up, smells like shit. You're like,
God.
it's like,
Oh my god.
damn, what y'all smell that? And you hit it again. Like,
Oh my
dude,
God.
does that smell like fucking piss? Why does it look? One more time, make sure hit it again. It's like it's just overwhelming. You're like, dude, no way. Is this? Are you fucking? We're already going down the road. You know what I mean? You're like, no way, this is piss. You're like, fuck
No.
this. Pull over, pop the hood, and you like open it again. You're just like, oh my god, the whole fucking thing reservoir full of fucking piss.
Oh
dude.
my God,
I'm
bro.
like, all right.
That's a good prank.
I'm like, all right, I got you guys, right? We get to a fucking rest stop and fucking wherever it was. We camped out in a rest stop, both of us, and we got up super fucking early. Or me and Connor did. Connor is the only one who can attest to this in person. He got up super early. He's fucking brushing his teeth. He's opened up their trailer, and all of their suitcases and bags are all out and this and that. I was an early riser too, so I'm out there bullshitting with Connor. And I'm like, hey, bro, which bag is Jason's? And he's like,
Oh no.
like that one, why? And I was like, cool. And I go over to the bag. He's like, whoa, what are you doing? I was like, shut the fuck up. Don't fucking say anything, Connor. Like, please, I got to get him back. And he's like, turns his fucking back, and he's like brushing his teeth, and I'm like, that's what I fucking thought. You know, fucking open it up, find this little hygiene bag, that toothpaste, deodorant, fucking shampoo, whatever. I ain't had a shower in like 3 or 4 days, bro.
Oh no.
I grabbed this fucking toothbrush out and fucking went to town.
Oh my god.
Underneath, bro, in between my legs, under my balls,
Oh my God.
my fucking ass, bro. And Connor turns around and he's like, "Oh my god, are you fucking serious, dude?"
bro.
I pulled it out, dude, and I was like, "Look, Connor," and he was like, like, I fucking stuck that shit back in the fucking bag,
Bro.
zipped it back up, put it all back together. I said, "Connor, don't fucking say a fucking word, dude." He's like, "Whatever." Jason gets up, they all fucking do this, and the whole time I'm just like, please, please, please let him put this in his fucking mouth, dude. Please. Like, dying, dude. I'm like watching him, and he's like looking at me like, "Well, you got a fucking problem or something?" I'm like, "Nah, dude, what's up? I'm just chilling, hanging out, like whatever." And he pulls it out of the bag, dude, opens it up, puts his fucking toothpaste on it, dude. And about the time he gets like right to his fucking mouth, like his mouth is open, dude. He's like, "Hi." Connor's like, "Stop!" Like, no fucking
Oh, no.
And I was like, "No,
Oh my god.
no!" And he's like, "Dude, I can't let him do it. I can't. He cannot put this in his mouth." And I'm like, "Oh, yes, he can, dude. He can totally put it in his mouth."
Bro, you could have started the first pandemic with that.
Bro, it was nasty, dude. There was a hair on it. Fucking, it was nasty, dude. And he pulled it. He was like right there, and he stopped, and he looks at it, and he was like, "What?" like threw it in the garbage.
Oh my god.
And he walked up to me, shook my hand. He was like, "We're done.
It's the armistice
We're done.
at that
We
point.
are done." I was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Because the piss in the bottle was pretty brutal, bro."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, but I almost ate your fucking gooch." So like, I think we're fucking good. I said, "Cool." We shook on it and we were done for the rest of the fucking tour,
Yeah,
dude.
fuck
Like you
that,
just kept
bro.
taking it to an extreme to a certain level, and
Then it's Stalingrad, dude. Like,
Yeah.
good lord.
but dude, that was probably the biggest anticipation of my life. Just
Yeah.
watching him get ready to put this fucking nasty toothbrush in his.
Bro.
Exactly, dude. And Connor just couldn't do it. He's like,
Yeah, we don't do that. But we never opened that can of worms.
Yeah,
bro, but that's the thing is when you're just fucking driving and you got nothing to do.
that's
Before
true.
fucking internet was a huge fucking thing.
Yeah.
Before you could just hop on fucking. I mean, we had our sidekicks, but bro, back then sidekicks, you had fucking shit fucking signal. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You weren't bringing your fucking wireless laptop around everywhere you fucking went and fucking on all these tours. Like,
Totally. Yeah, it's just and when you're young too. Like I would do stuff like that with my friends from like high school and stuff, but never like on the road with like other bands.
well, we
and
knew
stuff.
all the guys.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
bands.
of
You know,
course.
it's not like we didn't know any of them. You know what I mean? We're all good friends from the same fucking town. We're both from Jacksonville. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
We've been playing shows together for a long time.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's if they were a stranger, you know, I would approach it differently. You know,
But
what
it
I
would
mean?
still happen.
But it would still happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would throw a Coke out the window and hit the windshield and see how they reacted when we get to the next stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, guys, you know.
You gotta feel them
I,
out.
yeah, that's exactly what it is, bro. You gotta
You
feel them out.
start. You start with a Coke can out the window on the highway.
Well, you do it in a foam cup. You know what I mean?
Okay,
From the
so it
gas
doesn't break
station. So
anything.
it just smashes to pieces.
Yeah.
Then you know when you get to the next rest stop and you wait to see what they say, or if they bring it up or anything, like, "Yo, I saw y'all throw that fucking cup of Coke out the window, man. Could y'all? I'd appreciate if y'all just would fucking do that." Or, you know.
That's when
And then
you
you're just
go
like,
harder.
"This tour's gonna suck."
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, no, man. You know, if they bust out and they're like, "Oh, we fucking seen that Coke you threw out the fucking window. It's on, motherfucker." And you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, yes, dude. This is what I'm talking about." You know, so it's like, these dudes are real motherfuckers. Let's go.
Fucking Van Wars.
Dude, Van Wars. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm not the only one. I can't believe I've never heard of this. Ask any touring band who tours on a regular basis if they know what Van Wars are. Guarantee you they're going to be like, "Bro, I got some crazy fucking Van War stories." And they'll be like, "Oh, okay. This is fucking real." I'm telling you.
We've never actually really toured with another band like that before, though. We did
Dude,
a run with Andrew Scotch and
That's
the
it.
River
That's
Rats.
the only person I can think
I'm
of.
telling
Yeah.
you, if you guys have not toured with another band yet, please do it. Not even for the fact of fucking van wars,
Well, yeah.
but for the fact of the camaraderie and how fun, dude.
Yeah,
having
sounds
more than
fun.
just your personalities.
yeah.
At the outside hanging, dude. Sometimes I'd hop in the van with these guys, or those guys would hop in the van with us. Like
Right.
we're all going to the same fucking place. Who
Well,
gives a fuck?
we did that with Andrew Scotchy and the River Rats. They're good friends of ours out of Asheville.
Yeah.
And we played a show with them like maybe 4 or 5 years ago or something, and we just kind of kept in touch over the years. We've done a bunch of show swaps since then. And then last year for our album release, we did like a 3-day run with them or something.
Yeah.
And we just shared a van with them.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and we just
Tell me that was not fun though.
Oh, it was a
It was
blast,
fun.
man. It was so much
we
fun.
shared a fucking.
An Airbnb with them,
I
and
was
then
gonna say crack palace, but
yeah,
Same thing.
in
Yeah.
Tampa, right outside of Busch Gardens.
But you see
Real
how it is
nice
with just in
neighborhood.
one van. Dude, imagine like a whole full, like 5 or 6
Like a
dudes in the other
caravan,
van.
yeah.
5 or 6 dudes in this van. Not even for van wars, but it's just like you feel a lot better. You get to a place and you're like, yo, these dudes ain't there. Hey guys, where y'all at? And you're like, you're checking on them. You know, it feels good. You got somebody checking on you on
yeah.
the
It's a
road.
team, you know. Yeah,
Maybe
You are,
we're
dude.
the-
You're a fucking team. Is exactly right.
yeah.
Maybe we're just the uncool band that doesn't,
Well-
nobody wants to do.
Well, I
parties.
mean,
We're in our
have you
30s
guys
now,
ever
you know?
reached out to try to do
that
that
also
with
might have
anybody?
something to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I think that it's got to be one of those scenarios that the way that if I was like in my early 20s or something that or like even just in my 20s at all, then I would be like, yeah, totally. But now the way I think about things, I'm all about like monetizing the thing. So it's like it's got to be a scenario that makes sense for
the
me.
other things that work too with it too is like is if you're going to you sit down with a band, you go, hey, do you want to book a tour with me for a fucking week or two? And they're like, oh man, that would be fucking awesome. Like, all right, cool. Who do you know in what city? And they're like, oh, well, I know this, that, and this, and I can call these people. And I'm like, cool, because I can call these people, this person, and
Yeah.
that person. And you fucking work it out for both fucking bands, dude. And
Totally.
It's not just you doing all the fucking work. Now you have the other guys helping out with the work, and you both are asking for the same fucking thing, or you know what your guarantees are, and this and that, and it helps in all fucking levels.
Totally, yeah, and so that's why we did that thing with Andrew Scotchy and the River Rats. But I mean, as far as doing anything like long distance and for any extended period of time,
We went all the way to fucking New York and back with fucking Harlow.
yeah, I mean like that would be like an amazing experience. I mean, and I've done that with other bands, but like
Yeah.
as far as where I'm at right now, like I can't like it's got to make sense financially at this
Yeah,
point.
we're in our 30s, but he's pretending that we're in our 40s.
No, it's not that. It's just that
'Cause
like
he doesn't want to have fun anymore.
no, I love I
it
want
has to do with
I want
money.
I want to have fun. I just want to also make it make
Makes sense. No,
You know
I
what
get it.
mean?
We're older now, dude. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
doing all this shit in my early fucking 20s. you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm 36 now.
If I was 21 years
now,
old,
mind
then
you,
fuck
if
yeah.
I was to have a chance to go back on tour again, yeah, of course I would take it. If fucking Van Wars was a fucking option, would I fucking do it? Yeah, fuck yeah, I would. Yeah, yeah. I'm never gonna not. If I'm touring with a band, I will always try them. Always.
I'll always try that.
I
yeah.
will always try them.
100%
No.
Van
Oh,
Wars.
100%.
It sounds fun. It would be really great if I knew that we were all making a lot of money on the road, though, at the same time. You know what I mean?
But you don't. But that's the beauty of it, though. You don't.
What's the stock options on? Do they sell fucking? Sorry, I can't even- Do they sell bonds during Van Wars or?
Bro, you don't never know what you're gonna do or when it's gonna happen. You just kind of fucking. It's free form. You know what I mean? Like
Sounds
it's
fun.
improv. It's
it
jamming.
is,
It's
dude.
jamming,
It is,
bro.
and it's. That's the other thing is like you're not fucking getting paid very much money on this fucking tour, so it's like, man, let's make the fucking best of it.
Yeah, there
dude.
you go.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have the most fucking fun I could possibly fucking have, while being broke at the same fucking time.
Yeah, totally. I'm just over being broke. So
We all are, bro.
Yeah.
So why not fucking help something with the fucking strenuous part of that and enjoy yourself and
Totally.
open up and fucking just have a fucking good time, dude. You don't have to fucking drink or smoke fucking weed or fucking anything else because that shit costs fucking money. But you know what? You get to piss on your fucking buddy's
About to
hand.
say,
that's free, bro.
That's free as
you
fuck.
can't buy that kind of fun.
every man is stocked with ammo
You
and
are,
a gun
dude,
to
like,
use it.
bro. Take your pants off and moon your buddy, dude.
There you
That's
go.
free as fuck, dude.
It's
Like that's
free.
fucking, it's fucking funny, dude. It's fun, man. It builds a camaraderie. It builds the team stronger.
yeah,
Puts
It
hair
is
in your
fuck-
chest too, dude.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with all that for sure. For sure.
Not to ramble about fucking van wars for 20 minutes, but
That's probably the best story we've ever
fucking
been told in
fun.
this podcast.
That was
Really?
honestly. Probably at least
Bro,
the best tour story.
I'm telling you, ask Connor about it, bro.
Yeah,
he will
he's
tell
been
you.
on the show. He didn't mention it actually. I'm kind of
I'm
pissed
not
about
letting
it.
anybody know that.
Well,
I know
I
this
feel like
story.
I'm pretty
Fucking
going in.
disgusting.
When I like to talk about, I'll tell you fucking everything, dude. I'll sit here and tell you my whole life story for the next fucking 8 hours. I don't care, dude, because I'm enjoying this is a vibe, bro.
Yeah.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
having a good fucking time. You
Hell
know what I
yeah.
mean? So we can sit here for fucking 4 or 5 hours. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Dude. Whatever. I'm used to fucking 3 hours of sleep, bro. I'll be back in 1904 at 9 a.m. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, for me, I will tell you the stories that mean something to me. You know what I mean? I will
Totally.
tell you the fucking stories that
It's
have
a good story.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I was talking to somebody recently where I was like, I love more than anything being on the road. It's like my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, me
like
too.
I've done like 2-week stints. I've done 3-month stints. You
I've
know
done
what I mean?
3 months, dude.
I've-
That's rough.
It's rough, but I love you get real like when you see that tour come up and you're like a month out you start to get a little like freaked out. You're like, man, this is gonna be a long time out there. But once you prepare yourself mentally because you know how long it's gonna be, and then in the first week like
You go through stages, bro.
yeah, exactly.
You go through mental stages.
Exactly. And then you get out there within the first week, you're just like in it.
It's a blast. We're having
just
fun. This is sweet. This is awesome. You know what I mean? 2 to 3 weeks in, you're like, fuck, I'm fucking tired, dude.
Yeah.
I can't give it all this energy every fucking night.
But then you get that
another
one
week or
night
two,
off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you get that rest
One
time.
night, and you're like, oh shit, all right,
ready
back
to go
week one again.
And you get used to you just get used to the lifestyle. Then you come home and then you're like you're home for 2 days and you're
You
like
get on a schedule, bro, just like anybody else's life. You get on a schedule doing fucking, even you're going to fucking job every day. That was your job for fucking 3 months, and you became used to it. It was a habit, and you fucking loved it.
then you come home and you're home for 2 days, or you're stoked to be home, and then 2 days go by,
2
you're
days,
like, all right, where are we going now? We
yeah,
get the
what's
fuck
going
out of
on?
here.
What's-
It's like you get like you get stir
Yeah.
crazy,
Yep.
But for me at this point, where I'm at in my life, I've done
45.
I don't need the stories anymore.
Fuck
like
that.
now, I want
Fuck that.
like I
You want the recognition of it
I want the recognition, but like
that comes with the band.
I want I want to it sounds shallow
He
and shit like
wants
that. But I
fiscal
want
responsibility.
I want money though.
Isn't
you know what
that
I mean?
the whole reason why anybody plays music, dude? Is to get paid for doing what you fucking love.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to
You know
I
what
want
I
to start
mean?
getting paid for
Because
it.
you want to do that. Yeah, everybody wants to fucking get paid for fucking playing music, dude. It's the fucking dream.
And
dude.
I think that there's the way that I'm thinking about it now, I think that there's a way to do it that makes sense. But I think that the days of just hitting the road and doing it for like just hitting every city that you can and doing it year after year and building your following that way. I think COVID has destroyed that dichotomy.
Absolutely has
So
destroyed it.
for me, what makes sense now is that we live in a world of content, right? So you create good content, you release records, you make videos, and you do you build your social media stuff, and then you spend the money that you would spend on touring, you spend it on marketing and PR, and then you target the areas you want to go to, you create the demand in those markets, and then you tour based off where the demand is at. So at least you can mitigate some of the risk of going on the road. Because right now, at the point that we're at, just like putting out a fucking ad on Facebook or on Instagram that's going to target a city and pairing with another band in that city, you might make a couple $100. But I mean, that's gas in a hotel, man.
Do you know what you are? You're the dare officer of music.
What?
Yeah, like everything you said is 100% true.
Yeah.
Zero fun.
No, it's that's an interesting perspective because
No,
because,
everything you said is 100% true. And
because-
it's like, God damn it.
because it's
Well, as you get
isn't
older,
it
you're
more fun-
right.
but isn't it more fun to play at packed out rooms of people that want to hear your music, that know your music?
Yes.
Is that not fun?
Oh,
Is it not
fucking
fun
blast.
to stay in a nice hotel and get like real sleep and then like wake up and then
But
play
see,
a fucking killer
I feel
show?
like when I haven't toured in a long time,
Yeah.
so I have no idea what it would be like to tour at the age I'm at now.
Yeah.
I can only go off of what I did when I was younger as far as tour goes. And guess what? I never got a hotel. I never fucking stayed in an Airbnb. I never fucking did. Dude, we didn't spend fucking money on anything.
Yeah.
Guess what? We all ate once a fucking day. It was 2 McChickens and a sweet tea.
Yeah. I mean, in your 20s,
If I wanted a
that's
pack of
doable.
cigarettes, guess what? I was fucking bumming every fucking place. Yo, you got $1 I can get? Oh, yo, you
Yeah,
think you
Lucy
can give me
real
$1?
quick.
Yo, hey, what you need $1 for? I was trying to get a pack of cigarettes. Oh, bro, I'll take you to the store and get you a pack of cigarettes. Bet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how I fucking got my cigarettes or fucking beer money or fucking whatever the fuck it was. Like, I was also the only one over 21 at the time. When I went on my first tour, I was 20 years old. My fucking drummer was 14.
Oh my God.
I had to go to his parents and get permission from them. He was he was homeschooled, thank God. But dude, and they had to like make me sign like a responsibility fucking thing, like a temporary guardianship type thing, and like
Permission slip.
yeah, I mean, kind of, yeah, and you know, he had to bring his week's worth of schoolwork with him, and I had to make sure he did it right.
A 20-year-old kid. You
Right,
better fucking make
right.
sure you do your homework.
Oh, yeah.
bud.
And so,
sure.
guess what? I didn't.
Yeah.
And on the
No, you
on the
don't
drive
say.
home
We're
from New
making
York,
flashcards for Joey. It's gonna be great.
so on the way home from New York to Jacksonville, we had 24-hour drive.
Yeah.
And I said, "Guess what, bro? You ain't done no schoolwork yet, have you?" And he was like, "No." I'm like, "You got 24 hours to do 7 days worth of fucking schoolwork." And he's like, "All right." You see him back there with a little flashlight, fucking. Dude,
Homeschool
we
work,
fucking
but yeah.
he got like 3 hours of sleep, dude. But guess what?
He did it.
It was all fucking done.
Bro, it's an amazing lifestyle, and I love that. You know, and we don't tour like in long stints right now. We do like little weekend runs and stuff at the moment, and I love it. Like I love. It doesn't matter if we make money or not. I love the experience, and I'm in my
Yes.
30s, and I still love the experience.
Yeah, it's the best.
However, I want to have a nice house. I want to be able to
You wanna
travel.
strive for more than that.
Yeah, you know, like I want to travel without it having to be for work. You know what I mean? I want to have like nice things. I want to live in a place that's not infested with roaches. It'd be nice
Right.
to just have like just to live like at the bare minimum standard. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yes.
But you need to be realistic.
Oh, I don't.
I
That's-
think a good bumper sticker would be just plan to do something stupid at least once a year. Just completely irresponsible.
Bro, I'm trying to make a career out of music. Every day of my life is doing something stupid.
No,
know what I mean?
no,
It's just a struggle.
not because you're doing it responsibly. I'm saying
I'm not doing it responsibly.
you are.
Now I am. Yeah.
I'm just saying now, but I'm just saying like maybe that's what you should think about doing is to get a little bit of the dust off.
I
your
do.
shoulders.
I give myself one day out of the year to like pull an
One
all-nighter
day?
and go like fucking ape
One
shit.
day? I'm
But
saying
even
one
these days,
week.
even these days, I really can't even do
You're
that.
paying for it for 2 days afterwards.
Yeah, and because
You got time for that.
You don't have time
I gotta
for
call
that.
out of work. Now my paycheck's too short. Now I'm short on rent at the fucking beginning of the
Well,
month. Like,
I don't work like a day job, but
but
like
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's it's all
Yeah,
downhill.
like I end up having to put things off, and then it ends up when I recover finally. It's like, well, now I'm backed up, and I have all this shit on
Now
my
you stress
plate.
yourself out even more because
Completely.
of the fucking one decision.
It just doesn't make it. It's just
yeah,
I'm,
it's
at-
just part of being. That's you know what they call that? That's fucking being an adult, bro.
I'm
That's
trying
fucking
after
life.
after 32 years. I'm trying to finally
I
be an
blacked
adult,
out
you know?
one time in the last fucking 10 years, drunk. It was like Chris's stocked the bar party for his
Not
wedding.
you, Chris Underdahl. It's,
Yeah, Chris Richard, my business partner, and so he had a stock the bar party for his wedding. Everybody that came it was a white trash party.
nice.
Everybody had to fucking be fucking white trash. Billy, you'd fucking fit in that outfit
So
perfectly.
everybody wears white and stuff.
I mean, he could show up wearing whatever.
No, the whole
and
point
fit
was to
in
look like
that
a
party.
redneck. You know what I mean? You show up looking like
That's
fucking.
our word.
So, I didn't. That was one of those things. I made sure I took off work. I didn't have Jackson that weekend. I didn't have to fucking. You know what I mean? It all the stars aligned. So I fucking took advantage of it. And boy, did I take advantage.
Yeah.
I blacked out. I fucking woke up the next day and was like, holy fuck. What? Are you serious? This is crazy. Did I pay for it the next? I had to pick up my son the next morning. I'm like, shit, picking him. He's like, hey, daddy, what's up? I'm like, shh. That's too loud, bro.
Yeah.
It's too loud. Like, but you know, it doesn't matter which way you pay for it. It's like it's hard to do that when you become a responsible adult.
Yeah. And I just don't want to have to pay for it anymore. I want to get paid for my
I'm
thing.
100% with you. I
Yeah.
just don't want to let go. yet, like for a long time.
Have
honestly.
you guys ever taken a bottom of the bill trip?
I mean,
with
we're
the
on the
boys?
No, listen, no, listen. I mean, well, before
Where we
they
going?
before
Fort
they came-
Lauderdale for the weekend? Sounds nice.
So with Grind Time now, it's a business opposed to a podcast, but together we print and Grind Time, same thing, you know. But we once a year we try to put money aside throughout our jobs to take a little vacation for ourselves.
Yeah, it's a
whether
team
it's
building
2 3
thing.
dude, it is. We went to fucking Atlantic City last year,
Yeah.
and there was a screen printing convention, so it worked out. You know what I mean? That's why we chose there, and then went to the screen printing convention for a day or two, and then like hung out at fucking Caesars and gambling and fucking drinking and fucking having a fucking blast and walking the strip and just fucking having a fucking good time with no worries, and it fucking helps
Yeah, totally.
no, he's all work.
dramatically.
We've never done that.
No, well, it's not that I would. It's not that I haven't thought about doing something like that. We just don't have like income to do like
Right, this
spend
is
all
it.
the-
Whereas Grind Time brings in income
Yeah,
for us to do that.
And side hustle
But,
hasn't generated enough income to even set aside to do that. And I also have to be able to do that for my girlfriend first before I can't
Before
just,
you take a Billy on a vacation, you gotta take
it's
your girlfriend
like,
first.
It's like, honey,
I'd settle for a holiday party at a bar
yeah.
or my house, for fuck's sake.
All right, we gotta get to unpopular opinions,
Yeah,
but
we
this
do.
has been fucking,
Yeah, this has
bro.
been
It's
great,
been so
man.
much fun, man. Thank you for doing this.
Don't
Yeah.
don't get old is the moral of
Don't
what we
get-
just said.
I'm-
Because fucking A, it's boring.
I'm not getting
it's
old.
just more
I just-
boring
I just
than
wanna,
anyways.
I want to be able to have fun, like in a way where I'm not struggling for or paying
I'm
for it
right
later.
there with you,
Like,
but you don't have to say it out loud.
I think that's just life in general, though, bro.
Yeah, totally.
Nobody wants to have to struggle for any fucking thing, dude.
totally.
And it's just fucking part of being a goddamn adult.
I want to party really hard and just not have to look at the fucking bill at the end of it and worry about it.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
right,
saying.
exactly,
And
dude.
I'm
That's
still down to
so good.
fucking party and hang out, bro.
Yeah.
I just don't want to know.
But I just don't want to be the guy to pay for it all.
And I'm in
or
Or if I have to be, it not stress me the fuck out.
exactly. Thank
and
you. There
I'm
it
in
is.
hard denial that I'm not 26 right now.
Yeah. Well, you better get over that, bud.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. I'm good.
fine.
So what's this unpopular opinion thing? What's
Okay,
that?
so you've
So it's
never
like
watched a podcast
it's
before.
like a- it's
no,
like-
no
yeah.
problem.
Not all the
But
way
no,
through.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So okay, basically what we do is we go around, just say an opinion that's unpopular, and we discuss it, and that's literally it. So Billy usually starts it. So him and I go first, and then you'll
Okay,
do yours
okay.
last. So Billy usually starts it off.
Do yours first, actually.
Oh, because you don't know what yours is
No,
yet.
I do know what it is, but I think it'll be better if I'm second.
Okay, so I was watching this show. I'm gonna preface this. There's a show on Netflix right now called Inventing Anna. Have you guys watched it?
I haven't watched it yet, but I know all about the actual story because it was like a crime documentary,
story.
and I saw like all the documentaries about it.
It's a good story. It was really a really good show.
Oh yeah,
actually.
it's pretty interesting.
So, but I was watching it, and I looked over at Chelsea, and I was like, fashion has to be the lowest form of art that there is,
Oh, I see.
Oh,
That's pretty unpopular. Yeah.
okay.
right?
Yeah.
And here's what I'll say. Okay, is that there's elitism in every art form, right? Like you're gonna find that kind of classism, elitism thing. Like this is for poor people, this is for rich people type thing. But with fashion, it's like exclusively what is acceptable and good is only what's expensive and made by certain designers, and that's it. And
Yeah.
and beyond that, if you try to look like that and fail, there's no respect for you. You are
Oh yeah.
dog. You are
You're-
dog
you're-
shit.
Yep. You did not succeed. Fuck off.
Fuck you.
Yep.
Exactly. And it's all so superficial. At least with music and other forms of like the fine arts.
Still respected
visual-
in any way.
and it's an intrinsic value that it has, right? We were creating music from the moment that we existed.
Right.
Clothes and fashion serve no purpose other than just clothe us.
Do you think
that's it?
Do you think that it's like more elitist? Is what you're trying to say?
I think that it is the most surfaced.
Wasn't
and,
a joke, boys.
No, I think it's the most surfaced and lowest form of art that there is. It is an art. To be able to think like that and use your clothes as a form of expression is art.
I kind of agree with you because the fashion is with the high fashion and everything like that. it's not functionable.
There's
but,
no function.
But everything that you
It's-
wear
yeah.
was fashioned and created and everything
So
like that.
I think what
But-
you're saying is
yeah.
is that the people who make it has nothing to do with that. It is the actual designers of it. That's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking take this and rip it across here and it's gonna sell for $200, and you're like, what the fuck was the purpose of that?
yeah,
It's
it's
stupid.
exactly, and the fact that if that same thing
Not
was
the guy who
done-
had to sew it together. He's fucking busting his ass. He knows how to fucking sew. That's a hell of an art, dude.
or
You
she
know what I mean?
2022. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
or them.
But even beyond that, it's like it doesn't matter that the rip is there. It's who ripped it, right? Because
Right.
like anybody could have ripped it, and it's like you're a fucking idiot. But like this one designer fucking ripped it, and now it's a statement.
Yeah, it's pretty unpopular.
And that's a
Yeah.
unique characteristic to fashion. That's not a thing in
Because-
music.
On the other hand, like what Chris and I do is
I
definitely an
disagree
art
on that.
form. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But we also are not the ones designing. People are sending over their designs, and we're just the ones manufacturing it.
Right. It's not to like take away from like the
manufacturing
skill
of it.
putting the thing
Right,
together.
right. I get
Right.
that.
Obviously,
Yep.
that's a skill. I'm just saying the appreciation of the art and the art form itself, like the art of fashion, the industry of fashion,
Yes.
is
A joke.
it's the lowest,
lowest
form
form,
of
Yeah.
art, in my opinion.
I would agree with that unpopular opinion.
I like it. What do you think, Bill?
I would disagree. Yeah.
You would disagree?
Yeah.
What? Why?
Because it is extremely artistic and very hard to create those things.
Mhm.
I think it is art. The
I
only
didn't say it wasn't art.
well
It's the lowest form of it.
no exactly, but I think it is a high form of art. In the fact that the only thing that makes you think that it's not art is because it is functionable.
No. It's not because the a lot of the designs don't actually serve any kind of function. It's
The designs themselves serve no function.
right. It's
Right.
it's just who made them that make it that
But you
make
could
it
argue that
valuable.
with music and art and everything.
That's not necessarily true though.
It's also
it
why
is
it's an
necessarily
unpopular
true.
No,
opinion.
because I can listen to music written by anybody.
Yeah.
And it could be good or it could be bad.
Sure.
But you
That's
could
not the
appreciate
same
it.
thing with fashion.
Yeah.
But like you could say that it could be good or bad, but you could look at like super high fashion art and you'd be like, oh, that's awful. The same way that you could look at pop art,
Right, but
pop
but-
music, and
right,
everything
but
like
the
that.
but the
because
establishment-
like Adele's like, I'm gonna make a new song, and then she does, and then everybody else's records get put on hold for fucking 6 months
It doesn't
because she's Adele.
doesn't take
It's
away-
the same way with fucking Ralph Lauren
It-
making a new fucking set of jeans.
it doesn't
It's the same
take-
fucking thing.
No, man, because
It is. It's a name. That's it.
I don't think Ralph Lauren has made jeans in I don't know how long.
Whatever. I'm not obviously into high fashion.
No,
Yeah, I
I'm
get it,
saying
I get it.
it's there's certain like there's certain details, right? That make something either workable or not workable in fashion.
What you're
right?
saying, I think, is like who decides that what this guy's saying is fashion is fashion. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like who told Ralph Lauren that his jeans were worth fucking $400 fucking dollars?
Right.
Who decided that?
And if somebody
Like-
else does the same exact thing, then that's not cool. It's only because Ralph Lauren did it, right? But like in music, that's not the case. Like we could go and play a fucking Tom Petty
Then
tune.
explain Fergie.
What about it?
How did she get to be who she is?
I'm not saying that she might be very talented, but I'm not saying that there's
She's
not,
not.
that there's not things that slip
You've
through the
seen that
cracks.
Star Spangled Banner, right?
Okay,
She's fucking garbage.
how about you do that in front of fucking millions of people?
How about
Be scared.
How-
shitless.
Totally. And also what I'm saying, what I'm you're missing the point though. The point
no?
that I'm making
I'm being
is that
unpopular. It's not popular opinion.
the-
Oh, yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I just disagree with you.
the
100%.
only thing that makes certain fashion statements acceptable
Yeah.
is who made it. It's not the same thing with music.
It's
like
not?
like music across the board, like people across the board can listen to music and say, I fucking love that song. I don't care who did it. Or this cover of this song is fucking amazing. I don't care who did it. In fashion, that's a knockoff because that person didn't do it. In fashion, it's like I don't care if this it might be like something that could have been cool, but we'll never know because this person or that person didn't do it. It's because somebody who's unknown. You get what I'm saying? it's so surface level.
But don't you see how that like reflects on a pond the same way that music does?
No, because
It's
again,
the same fucking thing.
I'm
Where
not-
like the big
it's
name
not-
artists do it.
It's not the financial reward that I'm talking about. Probably the intrinsic value of the art itself is what I'm saying.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Like almost
Unpopular opinion.
Yeah, it's very unpopular.
What's yours?
Mine's great. I can't remember what we were talking about earlier, but I was like, I can't wait to say this but it's every well, were you good? Sorry. No, I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. Everybody's opinion matters.
That isn't. You're saying that your unpopular opinion is that people think that everybody's opinion matters.
That
No,
I
he
think
thinks everyone's
everybody's
opinion matters.
everybody's opinion is of value, no matter what it is.
You truly think that, or you're saying you don't think?
I do think that.
That's not true.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
think
probably
that's
the most
all.
unpopular opinion I've ever had.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, it's not factual.
I
right?
agree that is. An
Like
unpopular
I just said, like it's a very unpopular, but I think it is.
But you always do that. It's
No,
like,
no.
it's
I'm not trying to be like, oh, this is unpopular. That's probably the most unpopular
No.
thing there is.
What
I'm
you
being
do
dead
is
serious.
what you do is that you take like objective truths and then you put then you
It's getting really under your skin, isn't it?
ignore the like you negate the fact that they're just that's reality, and then you say something that's counterintuitive to that or that contradicts that, and then you say it's an opinion. It's well, that's just my opinion. It's like no, that's
No, because a lot of people's opinions are that like.
Do you find that every person's opinion matters to you?
Not to me, but it does matter.
it doesn't matter.
It
though,
does
right?
matter, yes.
If you're not an engineer,
Yeah.
okay, and you have an opinion on the process of constructing a plane, your opinion doesn't actually matter.
It does matter.
It doesn't.
It does.
You have no say in this
do you mean?
because people fly in that plane every
You're
day.
literally saying it.
People fly in that plane every day, and your opinion, if it's not going to be in line with the engineers you're talking about, and you have no education on the matter, your opinion doesn't get to determine the outcome of the people that are on that plane potentially, right? So everyone's opinion doesn't matter in every
It
scenario.
has to matter.
It like as a fact, it doesn't.
It has
though.
to though, because then only certain people's opinions matter.
Yeah, that's what they're
Yes.
paid for.
No, I don't think that's the truth. I think everybody's opinion matters.
That is
If I'm an
insane.
engineer
Yeah.
and I built an airplane,
Mm-hmm.
right, and the people who pay to have that airplane, who pay me
Yeah.
to build this airplane,
Yeah.
my design, I'm the one that built it. Nobody else. They listen to me. And you're fucking Joe Schmo walking off the fucking street, and you're like, I think that the wing should have a 90-degree angle to them. They're gonna look at you. The people who pay for me to build it are gonna look at you and go, "Bro, your opinion don't fucking mean shit to me."
Yeah, because it actually doesn't matter. Because that's a dumb
Right.
thing to say.
So how does your opinion in that situation matter to them?
Matter to each individual person probably is not what I'm trying to say. It's the fact that every person is able to have an opinion about everything, and that everybody's opinion does matter. Otherwise, then you're in a sort of elitist group where only your opinion and the smart people's opinion matters.
I guess it depends on the subject matter
When it comes
or
down
the situation.
when it comes down to science, what you're trying to say, with especially like that an airplane won't work this way, that's not really opinion, is it?
Well, that's what. But
No, but that's not opinion, is it? That's,
no, it's not
that's
opinion.
Science. Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
but somebody can still have an opinion on how the plane is made, right?
What?
Somebody can still have an opinion on the manufacturing process of the plane.
Like how it should be made?
yeah,
Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, hey, I think these wings should be at a 90-degree angle. And you're like,
that's an
"Yeah,
opinion.
that's an opinion. I'm an
It
engineer,
matters
But,
An opinion on what though?
on how the plane is manufactured.
Why would I have that opinion? on
well,
it,
that's
though?
what
It
I'm saying.
doesn't
It's
matter.
Like,
It could
doesn't-
be.
It doesn't matter. The opinion of what you're saying means absolute irrelevant whatsoever.
It's like
On that airplane wing being at a 90-degree angle, you're like, why? We're like, I don't know, because I just think it'd be cool. And you're like, well, that doesn't fucking mean shit.
Well, it would be in that sense where you say it would be cool. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah,
Right,
no, that
but-
matters. Whether or not it's
I
going to
mean,
get
I
off the
could say,
ground,
hey,
that has something to do with that.
I could say, dude, this fucking wall is such a beautiful white, and you could be like, no, it's like the most fucking hideous white I've ever fucking seen.
That matters.
That's because that is a non-scientific
Exactly.
there's
paid method of
yeah,
science.
Yeah.
there's no stakes there. When there's stakes, Okay, the opinions matter.
Well, I'm
Or
try-
opinions don't
Apples
matter.
are
Sometimes they
delicious.
don't
No,
matter.
the fuck they're not. They taste like shit. Well,
I guess.
No
I guess.
stakes there.
I guess.
You know what I mean?
I guess this is a good like argument for that. It doesn't matter in the fact that you can use this to be like, well, this one didn't matter. So the one that you actually have that you really really do care about and that might have some fucking like track to it, that one doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say. Is all I'm trying to say. You can't just fucking cherry pick which people get to have an opinion about stuff.
Yes, you can because
No,
the world.
no,
Yes,
no,
you-
no,
because
no,
the-
because
look,
that's wrong.
Sorry, you can't cherry pick on what people get to have an opinion about. Like everyone can have an opinion.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
cede to that statement.
you can
Okay,
choose
then
But their
I guess that's
opinions
what I'm trying to
don't
say.
actually matter though,
No,
right?
they-
All
but-
the time.
But what I'm trying to say is what I see is a lot of people being like somebody has grown up a certain way and believes there are certain beliefs and it's completely outside of the normalcy of the popular
Yeah.
belief is.
yeah,
And
I
then-
agree in both aspects.
And arguing with them about their opinion and it being stupid and saying that it doesn't matter, that is completely false.
I think that it's all circumstantial.
I don't think when you say it's circumstantial, because then you get to throw in that was it straw man argument about like, well, they're gonna have an opinion about airplanes should have
no straw man
90-degree
argument.
fucking thing.
There's-
That's a straw man
there's
argument
no
because
stra-
it's like that's
There's
kind of
no-
besides the point. It's
there's-
not really what I'm
there's-
talking
There's
about.
no straw man argument. The reality is that a lot of people that have no fucking inkling about how things work have an opinion on those things.
Right.
And their
so why
opinions,
should it be taken in consideration?
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
Where do you
If
draw?
somebody
Where
could-
do you draw the line?
Oh,
then?
it's pretty easy. If somebody comes
to
up
yourself,
to me,
each person was different. I think.
it's exactly. If somebody comes up to me and says like, "Hey man, I work at Walmart as a stock boy, but I think that you need to take this approach with side hustle."
Mm-hmm.
I would be like, "That's cool. You can go fuck yourself."
right.
That's because their opinion
Because that's
doesn't
their, that's their
matter.
opinion.
Because it doesn't matter.
I'm
It's
just trying to
irrelevant.
say-
It's irrelevant. Like you don't know what you're talking about, so why would I take that into consideration?
Devaluing
If it
somebody's
mattered-
opinion based on the fact that you think that they don't matter.
No, not that they don't matter.
No,
that their
because
opinion
that their,
doesn't matter.
that their opinion doesn't
But
matter.
people are not their opinions,
Is-
though, right?
I think that's all we are.
Oh well, that's then. If we don't agree
It's
on
a
that, then we're
whole
never
different
going to
fucking
come to an agreement on the
story.
greatest thing.
All,
so
all I'm
that's
trying
fine.
to say is you can use that argument like up and up and up and up and up, and then you're just a dick for being like, oh, they fuck you. Like your opinion doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like you're an idiot. Like
Sometimes it doesn't matter, man. That's just the reality. Because sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, and we live in a gray world. You know, it's not black and white. It's not all or nothing. Because one opinion matters sometimes does not mean that all opinions matter all the time. That's the reality of it.
the people of the world should unite and hang this man.
Damn.
That's crazy.
That's just my opinion, dude.
And,
Unpopular.
and that opinion doesn't matter. That's a dumb opinion to have.
Yeah, it's a dumb opinion.
But I will say that's a what you're saying and what you're arguing is a very it's an unpopular opinion, yes, but it's a hell of a fucking way to have an unpopular opinion about something.
Well, it's
very
fra-
good.
It's
Nothing
a
in a
false
bad way. I
premise.
mean, like,
You know what I mean? It's a false premise.
What you're saying is that's something that you could almost sit here and talk about for fucking
Oh yeah.
for hours almost. You know what
I mean,
mean?
yeah, and it's a false premise. You know what I mean? Like.
But
because
that's the thing is though, that's also your opinion.
No, the reality is like the reality is
That's a good one. That's a good
that's a false premise though, right? It's like the to say that everyone's opinion matters is an opinion is factually incorrect. We know that.
Yeah, I mean, I
Opinions aren't
see that
fact.
side. You know,
You
what I mean?
understand
Like,
that's a false premise, and you do that a lot with your unpopular opinions. Is that you state things that are facts, and then you contradict them, and then say it's an unpopular opinion. It's
Well,
like saying, "Well,
that's good content,
I don't,
though,
I don't
bro.
believe yellow's yellow." It's like, well,
Are
what?
you colorblind?
Yeah, it's just like, well, there's no way to actually prove that to be true because we all perceive color differently. But if I say something's yellow and you look at it, we know it's yellow. That's just undeniable, right? That's the same thing with saying that all opinions matter. It's like they just don't. Right?
Yeah, they do.
No,
Unpopular opinion.
A very unpopular. opinion.
Unpopular opinion, bro.
you're right. I have to let this one go.
That you're gonna have to.
All right, Alan,
I
what
knew
do
it
you
would
got,
get
bro?
under your-
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I didn't come prepared for an unpopular opinion.
Really?
I did not.
Well, I'm sure you get to go on real quick.
Dude, no, like I've tried. Like while we were all sitting here talking, like
You got no unpopular opinions?
Do you just want to fight for the rest of the episode?
All right.
no, man. I mean, yeah, I don't have one. I just enjoyed y'all's. That's pretty cool.
That's an unpopular opinion because probably no one else enjoyed them. So there you go.
Well, that's my unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
I'll give you one. You should say.
That's a pretty
I don't know if
popular
I can even
opinion
say-
based
I
off the
can't even say
numbers.
that out of my mouth.
The numbers would suggest that is a very popular opinion, actually.
That's a popular.
So again, another fact that you just deny. So fact denier over here.
I deny facts. I support opinions.
Yeah, deny facts. Hashtag. That's Billy's slogan for running for
God.
president.
Yeah.
Deny facts.
I support your
opinions.
opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody's opinion. Come to me. Send me a postcard.
All right, Alan. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
being here, man. This
Yeah,
has been a
man.
blast.
I've had a really good time, dude. This is
Hell
awesome.
yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys check out Adversaries, Southpaw. If you need any printing work done, hit up Grind Time and tune in to Together We Print podcast with Chris and Alan. It's an awesome show. And follow us on the platforms. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Adios, muchachos.
Woo!